741-1230, 741-1230. And we got news, we got stuff, we got more on the Olympics. Oh, and now, holy crap, it's sports. And one thing, I don't know whether you're going to mention this, and I don't mean to steal your thunder, but again, either way, you're still listening to 515 because it's important to listeners. A sad note about Lindsey Vonn, that her dog died the day after she got in that crash. I mean, oh my God. She almost gets killed. Maybe I'm going to take her leg off in a horrible crash, and then she's in the hospital suffering, and she wakes up to find her dog just died the next day back home.
Well, she said goodbye to it. I think somehow it got there, or she somehow said goodbye to it.
But either way, I mean, geez. You know, anyway, just a sad week. And again, I will talk about that Wu. Are you going to talk about that Wu girl in the Holy Crap at Sports? The Chinese,
no,
the American
she's a traitor. She's a traitor, and I don't talk about traitors.
In fact, we're going to talk about the traitor very, very close to our news section coming up here shortly. But here's what's amazing to me. In fact, the lead story is one of our lead stories as we're doing this today is when an interview I saw last night on that girl that I hate her, but I love the show at 7:00. And they had on this Ennis Cantor Freedom guy, the former basketball star, Nick Center, and talking about this girl, Elaine Wu. What's her name? Somebody Wu. I can't remember. Somebody Wu. Eileen Wu. Gu. Eileen Gu. Yeah, sorry, it's Gu. And everywhere I'm trying to talk about the story, most of the press regarded her as some kind of hero or a victim who didn't get her gold medals or something. I don't know. It's just... The whole thing makes me goofy. There's two American Chinese people who are representing China. Anyway, we'll talk about that. It's just horrible. China. Yeah. And let's see. Kevin Fly. I did want to do one update. Oh, if I get Mr. Phone here. The other day, remember I mentioned to you that the other day I woke up and looked at the clock and it was... 2:22 or 3:33, and I remarked to you about how many times I do that. I'll wake up and I'll look at the clock, and it's 3:33 or 4:44 or something like that. And I got a couple of reactions on feedbacks on that. One of them from my old coal morning man, Eggs Cunningham. Back when I was Grits Peterson, he was Eggs Cunningham. This is literally 51 years ago. Anyway, and so he knows about stuff like this. And he wrote back to me when I said I wake up looking at numbers that are the same. He said, many believe that 333, 111, etc. are examples of synchronicity, a signal from the other side that someone is trying to get in touch or send you a message. Guardian angel, deceased relatives, spirit guides, who knows? Eggs Cunningham. And also from my lovely Kimmer Babe listener, Donna. I'm listening to the Monday show. You talked about noticing repeating numbers. Google it. It's a thing called angel numbers. I notice twos, she says, all day. I always think and say hi to my mom, who passed 19 years ago, and she has number twos keep coming up with her in relation to her saying hi to her mom. Anyway, it really is amazing. I can't tell you the number of times. In fact, one night, I remember I woke up, it was 2:22. I went back to sleep. Somehow going back to sleep, I woke up 3:33, and I'm not making this up. The next time I woke up was 4:44. And I actually tried to see if I could wake up at 5:55, but I would already was up. And thank God there's no 6:66 topping up on the clock. Anyway. But yeah, isn't that weird? It's just, it doesn't make any sense. And I don't know what it means, if anything, but still it's kind of freaky. Sorry. All right, we got the show. It's an extra. Oh, by the way, it was so cute, the Morning Boys. I think they're kind of trying to take me under their wing as though, like it was kind of sweet. But we got it all. It's 314, 314. It's okay. Everything's good. It's all good.
You've been warned. If the Dems win the midterms, the border opens back up. Impeachment comes down, and you get more riots in the streets. Now's the time to hunker down and vote red. Count on Extra 106.3 to bring you the stories that matter from the most trusted voices in the country. Proud to be Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Added some more stuff to my safe collection. Safe, and Atlanta Safe House has got the safe you need to protect your stuff, too. After my recent kind of medical scare, I put that right thing there, safe and sound, so my kids know where to find my stuff should something happen, obviously. I mean, got to be protected. And when I was down in Florida, didn't have a safe down there, lost medical records, and Biden's VA screwed me, so my fault, so that's the way it goes. But not anymore. And the things like, your living will and documents, real estate sales, marriage, divorce, all the paperwork kind of stuff. But also things like pictures and especially firearms, especially if you have a family or friends or visitors, whatever, you need to lock them up. They're pistol safes, by the way. They got, it seems like 1 billion of them. Mark's telling me they got like 500 safes up there right now. But seriously, check out these pistol safes. Look them up on the web. And safes for long barrel guns, for bow and arrows, for documents and special jewelry drawers. They can build you a vault door, spin that wheel like a banker. I mean, it's unbelievable. And of course, they're going to protect your rights as well as they protect your stuff too. Tell you, Kimber sent you. They got safes more than anybody in this entire part of the country, and they're always on sale and specials and everything else. On the web, check them out. New location, Union Hill Road in Alpharetta, AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Shopping the new 2026 Toyota Camry? Well, here's the smartest way to do it. Get the Camry you want and get it from the dealership that protects your purchase. Marietta Toyota, every new Toyota comes with our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, valid for unlimited time and unlimited mileage for as long as you own your Toyota. And you can buy with confidence because Marietta Toyota is a BBB A+ rated business, and we're rated 4.6 stars on Google with over 11,000 reviews. Right now, we've got a strong Camry inventory arriving daily, so you can choose the trim and color that you want while selection is at its best. Special APR is available on the new 2026 Camry, 4.99% APR for 72 months. Well-qualified buyers. Visit us on Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota since 1975. We've been here and we'll be here for you.
4.99% APR for 72 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers will qualify. Offer ends 3/2/26. Lifetime powertrain warranty included with every new Toyota purchase. See dealer for details.
Join Daniel Madelon, CEO of A Second Chance Bail Bonds, and co-host Tug Cowart as they bring together law enforcement, justice insiders, and voices from every part of the justice system, victims, advocates, and people who've turned their lives around. It's not PR, it's not fluff. It's an honest talk about what's working, what's broken, and how to build a better path forward, one second chance at a time. This week's guest is Makia Metzger, Cobb County Solicitor General. Justice Unfiltered. Unfiltered, informed, and unbiased.
So, you had a long day. You decided to stop for a cocktail on the way home. The next thing you know, you had one too many, and you just got pulled over. You need A Second Chance Bail Bonds. A Second Chance can get you or a loved one out of jail quickly, in most cases, in a matter of hours. A Second Chance Bail Bonds. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Get help now. Call 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT, or contact them online at atlbail.com.
Thousands of veterans across Georgia are missing out on the benefits they've earned through their service. The Warrior Alliance is changing that by connecting veterans and their families to life-changing resources and support. Tune into the Warrior Alliance Network, our podcast and radio show dedicated to helping veterans succeed after service. Join us every Saturday at 11 a.m. on 106.3 to hear inspiring veteran stories, discover free programs, and learn about career opportunities available to you. Subscribe to the Warrior Alliance YouTube channel today.
There's no championship league for small business owners, but if there was, you'd be at the top of the standings. Because going pro with Lenovo Pro means you've got the winning formation, one-on-one advice, IT solutions, and customized hardware powered by Intel Core Ultra processors help you stay ahead of the competition. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. Sign up for free at lenovo.com/pro.
Lenovo. Love Atlanta returns to Gateway Center Arena on Wednesday, February 22nd to face Love Austin for a special HBCU night in honor of Black History Month. Experience the energy of the HBCU culture with live performances from Clark Atlanta's Mighty Marching Panthers, special guests, and a game night atmosphere like no other. Rock your school colors, bring your crew, and support Love Atlanta. Secure your seats today at lovbatl.com. That's lovbatl.com.
All right, I got now. Recognize this, do you? Rather large hit. And what a story on this day, 2009. Michael Jackson's management team announced the King of Pop was going to auction off his American Music Award for Thriller. He was also auctioning his gold and platinum records, a Rolls-Royce limousine, a customized Harley Davidson, a velvet cape given to Michael Jackson by his own children for Father's Day, a pair of rhinestone-trimmed socks from 1981, a basketball signed by Michael Jordan, and Michael Jackson's own original artwork auctioned off 2009. For some reason, I can't imagine he needed the money. Probably too much junk. Hey, boy, how you doing? Kipper, Pete, and Flounder. And our birthday list includes Vanna White. I've always liked Vanna White. I have no idea what her politics are or anything else. Vanna White is 69. She makes $10 million a year on Wheel of Fortune. And she doesn't even have to turn the letters anymore. She's worth $85 million, it says here, according to things there. And I remember years and years and years ago when someone tried to make a big deal about, oh, how can you make a living turning letters? And she said, I turn letters. I'm on the stage and they do like turn letters, wave to the crowd, and everybody's happy. She said, I'm not embarrassed about, and by the way, she's making, millions of dollars. But again, that's what she does. That's her job. It's nothing to be ashamed of. God bless her. I've always thought, I just admired her for saying, what are you talking about? That's my job. What I'm doing. What would you have a problem?
Is this a great country or what?
I'm serious. I mean, how can you turn your dirty dad? What an idiot. How people obviously votes Democrat. They always try to find something wrong with anything that's just a nice, happy story. Seriously.
I'd like to see the person out there. Someone comes in and says, I'm going to give you $12 million a year. Yeah. You need to stand here in a dress and
nice.
Turn these letters.
Yeah.
Who's going to say that is beneath me?
I don't think so, mister.
It's not
Seriously.
beneath me. I prefer a red dress.
I'll wear a red dress for $6 million. Right there.
Oh, you're trying to undercut me. Yes, you union buster, you scab.
Scab. Last guy who called me a scab got threatened. But in fact, that was back when in the union days. Oh, no, long story.
Well, I'm 150 miles away, so.
No, I don't mean you. I mean, somebody reminded me of this little punk ad. In fact, it involved a strike when I came here in 1972, and it was shortly after that at a certain radio station that they had like 5 members of the union working there for some reason. And so the 5 members of the entire radio station called a strike. And so, I was never in a union when I got here in 1972, so I just kept going to work like everybody else. We just drive right through the line and go to work in the park and everything else. And they tried to make a big deal about it. And someone once called me a scab. And I said, no, wait a minute. A scab is somebody that they hire to try to break a strike or whatever. I said, first of all, I don't give a damn if you have a strike problem, that's your problem. Don't, call them names whatever you want. But if you call them, I worked here before you guys went on strike, before there was even anything about a union. And if you say that name again, I'm putting you in the hospital. It was real. It was a long answer. Sorry. Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to get distracted. I was young. I was young and aggressive. 1930 on this day, a little history note. A cow named Elm Farm Ollie becomes the first cow to fly in an airplane. Why they gave the cow a boy's name, I don't know. The 72-mile trip from Bismarck, Missouri to St. Louis was part of an international air exposition in St. Louis in 1930. Elm Farm Ollie was milked in the middle of the flight in the air, and her milk was then placed in paper cartons and parachuted to the spectators below. After the flight, Elm Farm Ollie became known as Sky Queen. What would be? I'm calling him a female cow. Bull cows don't give milk. Whatever. Anyway, Kipper, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 324. And also, we'll talk about this stuff here with the thing, ICE stuff and billionaire stuff and Epstein stuff and Tony Gonzalez. I think, was he the guy? Now, why do I know that name, Pete Davis? Tony Gonzalez, representative from Texas.
Tony Gonzalez used to play tight end for the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. No, this is a different Tony Gonzalez entirely. Anyway, he's in trouble, and the way he's handling it, I think, is just horrid. Anyway, he's a Republican, which bothers me even more because he's about to lose his seat if he doesn't snap out of it. Anyway, it's Lent. Today is Lent. I didn't even mention my New Orleans Mardi Gras story when I got to throw doubloons off a float. In fact,
that was yesterday. You missed your chance.
Well, I just mentioned Eggs Cunningham. He was my morning man, and he and I were invited to go on the float to throw doubloons to the little people in the crowd. And again, it's dark. It's a million people in the streets, and we're on the float throwing doubloons, and all of a sudden I look down and I see my wife and my 2 kids. Out of all the people in the entire city of the route of the floats, they were there when and I threw them a whole bag full of stuff anyway. So that's my
amazing.
story.
Synchronicity. It's amazing. But I have to point out to you, this is February 18th, 2026. You have told 2 straight stories in a row.
I know.
We should try and live in the present.
I can't do it. I'm sorry. I wake up and I think this is not my life. Well, I want my life back. I'm sorry. What the hell am I doing? This can't be. This isn't me. I wake up and I say, God, I know there's got to be something wrong. This isn't right.
I've had dreams recently that I wake up and I thought that was the reality, and I wake up and I'm looking around going, okay, what's real?
Yeah, I hate that. Anyway, it's Lent. It is Lent today, and therefore,
what are you giving up?
I'm not giving up any. I'll give up making love to married women for 40 days. I swear to. Sorry.
I can do that. We're Protestants. We don't have to give up.
Now, Lent isn't just about giving something up. You can also do something more.
I don't know what more I could possibly do.
No.
Maybe send some more stories in the morning?
Okay. You asked for it.
No more past stories for the rest of the show. Just give up for one show. I'm asking, can you go a whole show?
Yeah. We're doing what?
Without a story from the past. A whole
well, sure.
show. We'll see how
probably not.
How far into a show you can get before it's story time.
Yeah, but how far in the past are we talking? Are we talking last week in the past? Are we talking 40 years ago when I was a man?
We're talking before you started working at this station.
Okay. Well, that's only 3 years. I mean,
3 years.
All right.
Flounder, what are you giving up?
Yeah, what are you giving up, Flounder?
Not sure yet. Let's see.
Your wife will tell you when you get home. Don't worry about it. Veronica's got a list. You're giving up this. You're giving up that. You're doing this. Which is
I'm
good.
giving up heroin.
There you go. Now, why didn't I think of that? A little chip here and there, but then, you really, that's a bad way to start. Actually, I was thinking about you know what? I really thought about this. I really wish that I could start smoking for the next 40 days. I'd love to start smoking my Luckies again for 40 days. Instead of giving up something, I'll give up my sanity and start smoking for 40 days. The only problem is I can't smoke, and you can't smoke anywhere. You can't even smoke in this freaking neighborhood.
No.
Although I saw a guy lighting up out there for one of the roadies for one of the concerts one night. And he's sucking on his Marlboros, and I said, "Watch out, buddy."
I just got a phone call from a listener who said he would rather hear an entire show of bingo stories than of newscasts. So we should do that one day where we come in here and you don't have one story in front of you.
You just tell stories.
Talk about the past.
And we still need to do the
stories
show.
Up the gazingers.
We should do this show. We only give the punchlines of baldy jokes.
I agree with that too.
That everybody knows.
And favorite movie lines. I mean, no, write a list of the stuff we want to do. Anyway, I got some bingo stories. I'm still thinking about Cindy Barrett. In fact, let me finish this story. No. I swear to God, I got to do this. It's killing me. I didn't finish this story.
You can't even go 5 minutes without.
Well, you challenged me, and now I had to upend. I can't do that laying down. I got to make it worse. I mentioned my first teenage girl crush, Cindy Barrett, and she looked at me. For all the girls, all my prep school friends, she was a preppy. All of us were preppies. I was the big brother. I was a protector, big brother. I treated the girls with sweetness and happiness, and they let me like that, but they didn't think me sexually in any way. Okay, so Cindy Barrett, I would love this girl, and we were sweet. She let me make out with her once, but I wrote her a letter. I said, I'm going to go away to the summer unless you want to be, with me for the summer. And she said, well, basically told me no. So I went, okay. Didn't see her again for years and years. And then I'm going to Vietnam, and I get to the airport, and I'm in line, and there is Cindy Barrett and her father, because she's going somewhere on a plane, and he's taking, all the people.
You told us this yesterday.
Okay. Then what happened was, so off she goes, never saw her again, never talked to her again. It was over. I'm in Vietnam, and she's disappeared. All of a sudden, I'm working in New Orleans 10 years after that, or 7 or 8 years after that, for a couple of years. And I get a call saying there's a woman here. My boss called me, and he said, I've got a woman here who wants a job interview, and she'll be here at 2 o'clock. Her name is Cindy Barrett. And I thought, oh, my God, this is incredible. Cindy Barrett. I said, oh, my God. So I was so excited, 2 o'clock, and in walks this knockout blonde who's clearly not the same Cindy Barrett. But I thought that was freaking ironically a horrible thing of all time that it kind of brought me back to my senses. But anyway, so that's the end of my Cindy Barrett story, and that's the other thing. But I thought, wasn't that funny? Wasn't that weird? All of a sudden, Cindy Barrett's here for a job interview. Oh, my God. And the thing's going through my mind at that time. But, of course, it was a different
It's like remember that commercial a few years ago? This guy's name is Michael Jordan. He's some white bald guy.
Yeah.
And everywhere he goes, they go, Michael Jordan. And they see him, they go, oh.
Yeah, sorry.
Returns the wine.
Yeah, takes the wine away.
Yeah, you get the bar brand for this guy.
The airport. Guy's holding up a sign, all excited, Michael Jordan.
I love it. It's 3:30 already. Kimber Payton flounder, and it's a beautiful day, and here we go. And probably a little rain off, and anyway, it's wait, it's not beautiful up there? It's sunny.
It's been a little drizzly and overcast, which I love. I don't mind that, but it's not bright and sunny up here.
Well, it's anyway, whatever. It could be snowing. Hell, it could be worse. All right, Kimber Payton flounder, 3:31 now on 106.3. We'll get it straightened out. I probably swear I'm going to do better. Got to get my act organized here. Get some crap together here. Get rid of me.
You can stream Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station while you work at extra1063.com. Get the latest from the Morning Extra, The Kimmer Show, and Neil Boortz, and stay connected at the office. That's extra1063.com.
Well, I'm kind of liking this weather planning season. Yeah, there you go. Well, if you've got Stovall and Company on your speed dial, if you're a builder, contractor, whatever, put in somebody's landscaping, backyard, or don't forget an outdoor kitchen or a fireplace by the pool or whatever, Stovall and Company, wholesale landscaping supply with the sprinklers and the irrigation systems and the plants and seeds and shrubs and flowers and sod and all that other good stuff. And again, honestly, I just love this about these guys, Paul and the boys. If they don't have something you need, especially, they can actually tell you where else to find it. You got to trust this family. Love these people for what they do. StovallInc.com.
Big moments deserve big-time craftsmanship. At Solomon Brothers Jewelers, we've been family-owned and operated since 1982 because we know what it means to show up when it counts. Jaron Solomon here, and that's why we're proud to be an official Tacori jeweler. Each Tacori ring is handcrafted in California, going through 20 elite artisans before it hits your hands. Not mass-produced, not generic, always personal. And with Solomon Brothers, you get lifetime cleanings, unbeatable financing, and the largest Tacori selection in Georgia. Stop by a store in Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Sharpsburg. Visit SolomonBrothers.com to book your private appointment. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, where love is in the details and legends are built to last. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs and official jeweler of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
Need advice on getting things fixed up around the house? No matter how big or small that project is, we've got your answers. Listen to us on the All Four Seasons Home Show presented by the Trusted Toolbox. Join Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage Entry Doors and Windows, and me, Chris Lalamia, your favorite handyman from the Trusted Toolbox, as we tackle all the issues, fixes, and honeydew projects around your home. Join us every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. or grab the podcast anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Georgia Tech baseball is ranked number 2 in the preseason poll by Perfect Game, its highest preseason ranking in more than 20 years. All tickets are now on sale. Get yours today to watch the 2025 ACC regular season champions defend their title at MacDees Baseball Park at Russ Chandler Stadium this season.
Tattoos this one into left field. Outfielders won't even move as this one clears the scoreboard and left.
Get your tickets today at RamblinWreck.com/tickets.
Gentlemen, listen up. When it's not hard, it's really hard. Did you know that 50% of men over 50 have some form of ED? It's true, and I'm one of them. ED followed me everywhere. Heck, even my initials are ED. I'm Dr. Eric Deal from Total Body Therapy of Georgia, and I know ED. It can lead to feelings of embarrassment, stress, and sadness. But there's good news. I can fix it. I fixed mine, and I can fix yours too. At Total Body Therapy of Georgia, we are experts in the P-shot, testosterone replacement, regenerative therapy, trimix to create an erection, and more. Guys, ED won't get better on its own, but I can help you today. Call us at 404-777-1911. That's 404-777-1911, or learn about us more online at tbtofga.com. So take it from me, ED, Dr. Eric Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Call 404-777-1911 or online at tbtofga.com.
Hey Atlanta, if you're shopping for a compact SUV and automatically think you have to buy an import to get all the features you want, think again.
The 2026 Chevrolet Trax delivers everything the imports do, minus one thing, the higher price. And right now you'll find the 2026 Chevy Trax at Jim Ellis Chevrolet, priced below $30,000.
A big reason more Atlanta drivers are choosing Jim Ellis when it's time to buy. At Jim Ellis Chevrolet, the Trax gives you modern styling, great fuel economy, advanced safety technology, and the everyday comfort drivers expect.
You'll get a big touchscreen, smart driver assist features, and plenty of room for passengers and cargo, all in a compact SUV that fits your life and your budget.
When you compare it to the imports, the value is clear, and that's exactly what Jim Ellis Chevrolet is known for.
Enjoy a straightforward buying experience, transparent pricing, and a team that respects your time. That's the Jim Ellis difference.
Shop online at JimEllisChevrolet.com or visit Jim Ellis Chevy on Peachtree Industrial just inside the perimeter.
Jim Ellis Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Hello.
Hey, is this Mike Fitzgerald?
No, I think you have the wrong number. Wish I could help you.
Well, you could if you were Mike Fitzgerald.
Who is Mike Fitzgerald?
Mike Fitzgerald is the only realtor I'll talk to because he can sell my house fast for a great price and even in this market.
Yeah, I'm definitely not Mike Fitzgerald.
Oh, I figured that out because Mike Fitzgerald would have sold my house already.
Need to sell your home? You need Mike Fitzgerald from the Harry Norman Realtors team, exclusive Georgia members of Forbes Global Properties. Learn more at MikeFitzgeraldRealty.com. That's where you'll find Mike Fitzgerald.
What the hell? The Carpenters. Rock and rolling? My God, I've never heard this.
Yeah, they did an album of all covers.
I did not know that. Oh, my God. This is horrible. I love it. It's the Carpenters. Fun, fun, fun. I love that song, too. Beats well. Anyway, it's the Carpenters in 2008. Kind of a sad thing, actually. 2008, Carpenters fans were objecting to the plans to have the pop duo's former family home in Downey, Los Angeles area knocked down. The people who lived there at the time said they objected to fans stopping in all the time, looking in their windows and leaving flower tributes everywhere. It's after Karen Carpenter had died. The 5-bedroom house was immortalized when it was featured on the cover of the Carpenters' 1973 hit album, Now and Then. Wow. Cool. What a horrible story that was, too. Anyway, Kimber Pete and Philander. Our birthday list includes Juice Newton. Juice Newton's 74 years old. Queen of Hearts singer girl or whatever. And let's see, on this day in history... Pete, as a literary person, by the way, again, I'm trying to get more sales of my book. Like the guys before us, they say they're going to be a bad guy, becoming #1 sales on New York Times bookseller if you don't take care of. Was it Clay or Buck? Who wrote the book? Clay, I think, was it? One of the guys wrote the book, and they're having like a contest. You better buy his book, and he said you better even buy the audio version if you can't buy the video. But it's important to keep talking about. You better buy his freaking book. And so I'm doing the same challenge with Pete Davis. I'm going to have my book. Shut up and leave me alone. We're going to put it up at the Swollen Goose up there, up in that Swollen Goose bookstore up there in the mountains of Macon, right next to your bookstore, the metal skillet, and we'll see who's going to sell the most copies.
Kimmer, respect the hustle. I respect Clay and his hustle on this, just like he respects mine by mentioning the Copper Fox bookstore. The Copper Fox bookstore in Blue Blue Ridge, Georgia.
Blue Ridge, Georgia. That's right.
There's still some copies left, and I got more I could bring.
Yeah,
if they run out of those.
when I release Shut Up and Leave Me Alone, we're going to have a whole competition here.
When are you going to do that book? I have actually said I would ghostwrite that.
I know.
And you
In fact,
still won't do it.
I could tell you the story about the time when I was trying to interview the Secretary of State here in Atlanta, and his bodyguards actually picked me up and turned me around. I got a lot of stories anyway. And now, but I was saying you'll appreciate this because it's kind of a literary thing, Pete Davis, and I'll bet you know all about it, as I have heard but don't know much. 1678. Pilgrim's Progress is published. Yeah, on this day in 1678, the second most popular book on Christians' bookshelves, Pilgrim's Progress, was published in 1678, written by John Bunyan, not the ox guy, while he was enjoying his stay in prison for preaching without a license. The story, Pilgrim's Progress, has never been out of print. It features a man named Christian who searches for truth and relief from the burden of sin strapped to his back. Along his journey, he meets a variety of people with their own issues and unique locations, including the Doubting Castle, the Valley of the Shadow, and Vanity Fair. 1678 Pilgrim's Progress. Anyway, Cameron, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. I don't know what to tell you about the business with the Nancy Guthrie case. She's still gone. It's like 2.5 weeks. I can't believe it. They still the sheriff up there thinks she's still alive and in the local area. The FBI has been trying to get a hold of Mexican people for whatever. Now they're saying the guy may have worn a ring under the glove, and that means, I don't know. I mean, this is just, the whole thing is just freaky. How are they taking care of her? How are they going to make sure she doesn't die, 84, with no medicine and infirm? Come on. I mean, she must be in. I don't have any answers, and
Chuck has weighed in.
Chuck,
Pete,
what's up, Chuck? Yes.
At this point, you've heard his stories enough that you could just write it.
Yeah, just write it.
I'll write it, just submit it to you, and you can fact check it.
Initial it.
Yeah.
I'll change a couple things here and there. I mean, there's got,
You'll change the names to protect the innocent,
We could do a whole thing on bodyguard, roughing up the Kimmer stories. Frank Sinatra's bodyguards in Chicago, Secretary of State. I mean, there's like a whole thing there. I had a cop in San Francisco wanted to hit me once because of the way tried to
come on to him. What happened?
I was trying to help him. A guy was arguing with him at the cop station, and I tried to help the cop by getting the guy to not argue anymore. And the cop was so mad that he wanted to hit me. Anyway, it's a long story. It's just, oh God,
Mr. Helper.
I know. That's exactly what it was. Sorry, I'm not going. I'm just God. Anyway, by the way, I'm getting hot in here. I got to take the shirt. It's. I think I'm screwed. I looked at the freaking forecast, and it's going to be like 68 degrees. And I said, "Oh, okay. I'll wear my Marine Corps golf shirt, and over it, I'll put this little like flannel cover, sweater, like a sweater shirt thing, long sleeve shirt basically. And so, but it's cool enough in here that I'm wearing it in here. So when I leave this building to go to the parking garage, I'm going to be freezing because I didn't bring a jacket. Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that. Nobody cares. It's just stupid. I'm honestly, I'm just, anyway.
Yeah, we're going to leave that part out of the book.
Yeah, if you could edit that out, Founder, if you could, later. Oh, he's gone. He's not even in there anymore. He's had it.
He's working.
He's taking a break. Poor bastard's got everything to do in there. Okay, let's see. Olympics, a little bit of Olympic update. Oh, again, if you hadn't heard, the skiers and the avalanche, there were 15 of them, I think, total. 6 got rescued, and 9 were missing. They found 8 dead, but they haven't retrieved their bodies. So they know they're dead, but can't get the bodies. And I'm not sure what that means. And there's one still missing of the 9 who were separated. And again, it was a rare avalanche in California. And on the slope ski season. So terrible. And the families have been notified. I mean, wow. Now, Olympic stuff. Former Knicks center basketball NBA star Enes Kanter Freedom will change his name to the last name Freedom because he is an immigrant. And where was he born? In
Turkey.
Turkey, yeah. And he is talking about Eileen Gu, the American, born in America, her mother was born in China. And so this Elaine Gu, for not the first time, has decided to represent communist China instead of America, even though she's a born American. So last night on that girl show that I don't like, but I like the show, Ingram Angle it was. Last night on that show, this guy, Enos Kanter, comes on and says, I'm just going to say it, she's a traitor. She was born in America. She was raised in America, lives in America, chooses to compete against her own country for literally the worst human rights abuser on the planet, China. She built her fame in a free country, then chooses to represent an authoritarian regime, a country that literally is responsible for the deaths of tens of millions of its own people, a concentration camp while we're talking. Whatever the human rights, he says it's the same thing with LeBron James. King LeBron James declining to talk about China's human rights abuses. Oh, it's like a place that whenever the human rights issues are raised about China, they all stop talking about it. Anyway, for the record, this girl, Gu, is the highest paid Winter Olympic athlete in the world. She made $23 million last year. She makes partnerships with, again, she's an American. She partners with Chinese companies, the Bank of China. She represents China for her mother. She and a fellow guy named Yi, an American-born figure skater, competes also for China. Were paid $7 million by the Beijing Municipal Sports Bureau last year. They get $14 million over the last couple of years. So they're getting paid millions of dollars to represent communist China, even though they're Americans. True and true.
Traitor.
If they're traitors.
Take her passport away.
I mean, I don't, again.
Simple as that.
Well, you know.
Is it petty? Yeah, screw them.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. Screw you.
Well,
this country did everything for you, and you turned your back to take money from your red Chinese masters. Screw you. Stay there.
And it's just cruel. I mean, it's just. I mean, it's the nature of and she's not an immigrant, but it's the nature of immigrants. They don't want to be Americans. Those millions who came in, they don't want to be Americans. They just wanted to get out of their country and be taken care of. Anyway, so anyway, this guy Ennis says, Kanter Freedom. She's a traitor. J.D. Vance was much more mild about it. He said, you know, basically, I have no idea what her status should be. That's up to the Olympic Committee. But he said certainly someone who grew up in this country and benefited from it should be representing this country, not somebody. I mean, clearly, obviously. By the way, one kind of a sports thing here, Pete. Michaela Schifrin's in the news. I thought she was over the hill and done, and all of a sudden she popped up and she made a big thing. And just for the record, well, Pete Davis coming up with Holographic Sports after 5 o'clock. But she is beautiful. She's just a beautiful athlete. And it occurred to me that every girl I know of named Michaela is a knockout. The two Olympic gymnast girls, Michaela, both do TV commercials. Remember those? Michaela, I can't remember their last names, but so Michaela Schifrin and there are two Michaela gymnast girls, both
that hockey goaltender. Oh my God!
Holy moly! But why? I mean, isn't that amazing? Every girl named Michaela. Now, obviously, that can't be true, but still, and I know that's very sexist of me or chauvinistic, but I think I'm so. I mean, it really is amazing that a man or a woman that is of like a model characterization of just really a stunning-looking individual is also a world-renowned athlete. And what an incredible combination. Genetics, man. Anyway, I salute her. And I thought she had been hurt and she had gotten old. She's got to be up there in age now. And anyway, a big story about her. Pete will talk about that later on today. Come up, Pete and Flounder. 3:48 already. Holy cow. What's that? No, you won't?
No, I won't.
Okay.
I don't like to give away who wins and loses because you're going to watch it tonight in prime time. Yeah. I don't like to do that to people.
Oh, I thought that was over and was already done today. So she'll be on tonight. I thought she was on last night.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, that's the thing.
Don't give the Olympic thing.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to give anything away either if you're watching it. So, but again, I do want to salute things that are important. So we'll try to do our best. 3:48. Here we go. It's only hump day, baby. I'm humping. I swear to you. Yeah-da-da-da.
Stream Atlanta's only conservative voice anywhere you go with the Extra 106.3 app. Now equipped with Apple CarPlay. That means you'll always have Extra's crystal clear HD stream right on your dashboard no matter where you are. Download the all-new Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
There's never been a better time to fall in love with Subaru. Now through March 31st, get award-winning vehicles and exceptional offers from a brand you trust during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Subaru of Gwinnett. Explore the full lineup of hybrid, electric, gas, and wilderness vehicles, including the 2026 Subaru Forester and the all-new 2026 Subaru Outback. Every Subaru is made with love and built to last, with dependability and value coming standard. Whether you're looking to match your adventurous spirit with the 2026 Subaru Outback or land on the reliability of the 2026 Subaru Forester, Subaru of Gwinnett has the perfect fit for your family. You'll love exploring in the 2026 Subaru Crosstrek. And the 2026 Subaru Legacy is what happens when we put the best of Subaru into a sedan. Plus, every Subaru model comes equipped with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. There's a lot to discover and a lot to love at Subaru of Gwinnett. Come in for a test drive on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth or start shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
If you've been waiting for the right time to upgrade your home's comfort, this is it. Central Heating and Air Conditioning is proud to announce the 29th annual Winter White Sale, and it's our lowest pricing of 2026. For a limited time, everything is on sale. Heating and cooling systems and complete home performance solutions with rebates and discounts up to $2,300. Are you dealing with hot or cold spots in your home? Energy bills that just keep climbing? Or unhealthy indoor air affecting your family's comfort? Central has the solution. As your trusted carrier partner, they install industry-leading carrier systems backed by strong warranties and peace of mind that comes with proven performance and efficiency. With 79 years experience, Central Heating and Air Conditioning knows how to design comfort solutions that work, not just today, but for years to come. This is your chance to save big during Central's 29th annual Winter White Sale, but it won't last long. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, delivering carrier comfort for the world we share.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
You need to get geared up for spring during Howard Brothers' annual Gear Up Day, happening on Wednesday, March 4th. It's their biggest sale of the year and the perfect time to get everything you need to get those lawn projects started. Parts, blades, steel, Echo, Exmark, all the equipment and all the tools found at your one-stop shop. Visit any Howard Brothers on March 4th and gear up.
Did you know that there are over 34,000 lawyers in the state of Georgia? Yet despite that huge number, Bruce Hagan was recently named by his peers as one of the top 100 lawyers in the state. Do you know who is not among the top 100 lawyers in the state? Some clown standing on top of an 18-wheeler. Those kind of lawyers may make flashy ads, but they're just marketers, not real lawyers. If you've been injured in a car wreck, you need Bruce Hagan, a real lawyer who tries cases and wins. Call Bruce Hagan. He's the real deal for your injury case. Hagan-law.com.
The future of business in Georgia is bright, and Georgia Power is a driving force behind the businesses and organizations that are vital to the growth of the state. Just ask Mark O'Brien, President and CEO of Lake Point Sports, the premier travel and youth sports destination.
So imagine this, 30,000 people on campus, you lose power. So being in the trenches with a group like Georgia Power, and you have someone to call, those are things that we have to navigate in real time, and sometimes it happens out of nowhere, and it can be a lightning strike that just happens, Mother Nature. So we're very fortunate. Georgia Power has a number of programs and offerings and services, but I think it's the one call touch that really, we look for partnerships like that, and we want to be relational and not transactional, particularly on something so important as this.
Yeah. To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping businesses big and small, visit GeorgiaPower.com and tune in all year to discover how they're powering the future of Georgia.
You've worked hard to build your investments, but are they positioned the right way from a tax perspective? Because it's not just what you make, it's what you keep. Hi, I'm David Nicholas, president of Nicholas Wealth Management. Many investors don't realize that their portfolios may be creating unnecessary tax exposure. Capital gains, required minimum distributions, inefficient account placement can quietly reduce your returns, especially as you approach retirement. At Nicholas Wealth Management, we help clients evaluate whether their investments are structured in a tax-efficient way, looking beyond performance to understand how taxes impact income today and your legacy tomorrow. Are your assets in the right accounts? Are there opportunities to reduce further tax liability? Is your strategy aligned with your long-term retirement goals? Call Nicholas Wealth Management today, 678-990-8500. Schedule a complimentary review. That's 678-990-8500 or visit nicholaswealth.com. Nicholas Wealth Management, helping you keep more of what you've worked so hard to build.
Nicholas Wealth Management is an independent financial services firm. This is for informational purposes only and is not specific investment advice.
Here we go now. We're going to go to Donald Trump in a minute. Live at the White House Black History Month event. Marilyn Manson first, naughty boy. In 2004, a court case accusing Marilyn Manson of sexual assault was dismissed after they made a deal. A security guard named Joshua Kessler sued Manson after the star put his legs around Kessler's neck and humped him. And it was on stage at a gig in Detroit, Michigan. Marilyn Manson was ordered to pay $4,000 and stop doing that. Anyway, Kim, Pete, and Flounder. Let's go to Donald Trump at the White House Black History Month. See what's going on. Flounder, if you don't mind, sir. Donald Trump.
We're doing it in a lot of cities. Sometimes we have to force ourselves upon them because they're so bad. And I don't even think they realize what's happening to their cities and their towns. But every town that we go in, every city that we go in, like Washington, Felicia, you feel much safer now. Totally safe. You can walk to a restaurant. The restaurants were all closing. Now you can't get a restaurant. The bad news is you can't get into a restaurant.
Close.
But it's a great thing to see what's happening in Washington. It's a hot place, and hopefully people will be coming in record numbers. And it's been, I know we need a little help. You need help in Atlanta. He just said.
Oh, let me get this straight.
You're right. Atlanta.
A black audience is shouting to the screen.
We can take care of Atlanta. I'll tell you what, you ought to get them to call me. We could take care of Atlanta so fast.
Holy.
Do it.
Who started this?
They don't want to call. They don't want to call because they don't want to admit it, and they'll never fix it themselves. Don't forget, we move people out. We don't just go in and
I wonder who started that Atlanta come to Atlanta thing.
We take career
He'll be here tomorrow in
criminals
Rome.
and we get them out. We bring them back to the country from where they came. And think of it, 90% of the crime is caused by 2% of the people. Thank you. So when you get the criminals out, you solve a lot of problems. Another way that we're fulfilling our duty to the next generation is the single biggest thing that's happened having to do with schools and education. It's called school choice in our great
Listen to the crowd.
beautiful bill. Our beautiful bill, which really covers 4 years. We put it all together. That's why we call it the great big beautiful bill. This will help millions of African-American children and ensure that no child is condemned to a failing government or a horrible school. And we have a person here who's fantastic on this subject. Greta, would you please come up? Please, Greta,
okay,
come on up.
We'll cut away. He's doing. It's in a Black History. Thanks, Flounder. We're good. I mean.
I'm assuming a mostly African-American crowd.
I was going to say black crowd, like shouting at the screen. I swear.
We're going to go to Atlanta. Do it. Do it.
Get out there.
Please.
I mean, I wonder who started that. That's unbelievable. We're sitting here. All of a sudden, he's in Washington. Someone says, you need to come to Atlanta. I wonder who. I'd love to find out what that was all about. I mean, really. I mean, of all the things that could happen to Donald Trump right now with the White House, talking about coming to Atlanta to solve Atlanta's crime problem. I love it. Anyway, 357, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. We got a little Flounder's Funny coming up here in just a second. Also, do you know this guy, Jamie Kennedy? I don't really know. He's a comedian, 55 years old, and he apparently is fairly well known other than to me, but he's one of the latest guys in Hollywood saying, all right, you anti-ICE celebrities, shame on you. You're a bunch of freaking phonies. He said, you preach from your glitzy Hollywood red carpets about authoritarianism while you're actually under authoritarian rule. You're being the authoritarian behind your gates, literally guarded by everybody. He said, you know, these agents are trying to get rid of criminals. Just go do the law. Don't cry about it from your luxury film festivals like Sundance. Good point. Anyway, 358. Flounder, how about a little Flounder today? Oh, she's in the back of the phone there. Sorry, man. I'm jumping around there.
Pringles are great for a couple of reasons. Number one, we protect our product. You ever go on a picnic with a bag of chips? One banana rubs up against it, you got potato dust. At Pringles, we built a cardboard fortress around our chips. Number two, efficient use of space. I'll say it again. Efficient use of space. You ever open a can of Pringles? Wall to wall, floor to ceiling, chip, 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 chip. You ever open a bag of Lay's? Air! You just bought air! That That stuff does not belong in the snack aisle. It belongs in the balloon aisle because that's what you want. A blown-up balloon with 4 chips in the bottom of it. You got ripped off.
Who's that there, Flounder? Oh, he's in the back. Sorry. Hey, we need to get you like 4 assistants. That's unbelievable. The poor guy's running all over in there. Anyway.
That was Greg Warren.
Greg Warren. No, we've talked to Greg Warren before. Very popular fellow. Anyway, coming up on 4 o'clock, Kevin, Pete, and Flounder on 106.3 Black History Month and Girl Scout Cookie Month. And it's all coming up with the news, too, on 106.3. How you doing?
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
Tragedy on a California mountain. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Of the 9 backcountry skiers missing in an avalanche near Lake Tahoe yesterday, the sheriff says 8 have been found dead, and they're still working to recover the bodies. 1 other skier remains missing. 6 have been rescued alive yesterday.
They were sheltered. They had some equipment with them trying to not only stay warm, but they had medical issues as well.
Nevada County, California Sheriff Shannon Moon says the skiers were on the final day of a 3-day organized tour with a guide. 2 of the survivors are hospitalized. The Meta CEO takes the stand in Los Angeles at a trial pitting a social media user against platforms accused of intentionally getting young users hooked and harming their mental health. Mark Zuckerberg testifying that Instagram is not engineered to be addictive.
The plaintiff's side presented different documents with verbiage that basically said that they wanted smartphones to dominate from age 10, and also they wanted to look at the amount of time that they spend. Now, that's key here. One of the safety features that Instagram eventually put in was an age restriction. Plaintiff KGM was only 9 years old, according to the plaintiff's lawyer, when she signed up for Instagram.
Fox Business's Kelly Saberi at LA Superior Court. The case could set a precedent for thousands of others around the country. Google's YouTube, also a defendant in the lawsuit that TikTok and Snapchat settled before trial. President Trump just kicking off a celebration of Black History Month with a tribute to the Reverend Jesse Jackson.
He was a real hero, and I just want to pay my highest respects to Reverend Jesse Jackson. He's a good man.
Also offering condolences to the Jackson family a day after the passing of the civil rights leader. Stocks finished higher, but an higher rally fizzled. The Dow up 129 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-809-7171. That's 800-809-7171.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Dun. I've never heard this song before. Yeah. And this is John Lennon.
Crippled Inside is the name of the song.
Wow. Now, obviously, he's doing this in a funny voice. That's not his normal voice, so he did it on purpose. He doesn't sound like that, Make a round higher. It was kind of cool. I mean, was this a big monster hit that I don't know about, or just a popular song?
It was in the system, so I played it.
Okay, no. I learn something every day when I listen to big, like the freaking Beatles people, and I realize how much I don't know about anything. 2000 was...
Doesn't stop you from talking about it, though.
No, it doesn't stop me. Well, I got to go on till 6. Somebody's got to do something. So anyway, on this day in 2000, an American court ordered the release of FBI files relating to John Lennon's interests and activities, including his support for the Irish Republican cause and Workers' Revolutionary Party. This is in the year 2000. The British government told the American authorities it wanted the files to stay secret. MI5 also had files on Lennon, which they say had passed on to the FBI during the 1970s. And again, wasn't he barred for a while from coming to the country for...
yeah, he had to fight to get a visa to stay. The Nixon administration wanted him gone.
Kimmer P. and Flounder, how you doing? 405. Our birthday list includes John Travolta, 72 years old, worth $250 million. He has his own airliner, a 707 or a 747 or one of them. He can park it in his driveway. Famous movies include Saturday Night Fever, TV Welcome Back Kotter, a movie Grease, Pulp Fiction, Urban Cowboy, The Punisher, Face Off. I mean, holy smokes, a trillion of them. The Punisher, every time that's on, I'll DVR it and watch it because I really like that goofy movie. And on this day in history, and I'd like to get your opinion on how you think about this guy. And incidentally, every story I looked up about Chelsea Manning started from the beginning. Chelsea was a girl born in so-and-so. No, Chelsea Manning wasn't a girl born in the so-and-so. Chelsea Manning was Bradley Manning. But this is the story of WikiLeaks on this day in 2010. An obscure website, WikiLeaks, publishes a leaked diplomatic cable concerning American diplomats and Icelandic government officials. It was the first of what turned out to be 750,000 sensitive documents sent to WikiLeaks by a man named Chelsea Manning, who then, when he got caught and arrested, decided to become a girl named Chelsea. One of the most prolific, significant whistleblowers, they call this girl man, in American history. The tranny painted a grimmer picture of wars in Iraq and Afghanistan with shedding light on atrocities embarrassing the United States. She began downloading the tranny massive amounts of material, 400,000 documents on Iraq war. She would put a CD marked Lady Gaga is how she smuggled it home, uploaded a personal computer. Hoping that the government would be bullied into economic assistance in Iceland was one of the things that went on and on, a billion things. Cables had frank discussions, and they were embarrassing. Information disclosed watchdogs estimated American armed forces responsible for 10,000 civilian deaths we didn't know about, stuff like that. I mean, it was brutal. So the scumbag got caught, sentenced to 35 years in military prison. And it says here, which many called an extremely harsh sentence for a whistleblower who leaked secrets, almost a million secrets. Okay. President Barack Hussein Puditat, the only president who's ever hated his country, stopped short of pardoning her, but did commute her sentence in 2017. And now for the right, and I Googled this. I wrote this down. Here we go. And now Bradley Girlman Manning, still alive and able to be a regular person, working for tech and security firms with AI and cybersecurity clearances. And so she got away with whatever. Now, there's a lot of thoughts about this, whether who did what and whether it was right or wrong, whether it was illegal or not. If revealing information, obviously sensitive documents, it's a crime. But anyway, that's just the freaking trannies. I mean, we forget. Tranny. All right, 408. God, I don't even want to talk about that stuff.
As Bill Maher says, 5 or 10 years ago, we'd be looking at each other going, what are you talking about?
What the hell are you saying? I know. I mean, seriously. In fact,
you notice that they're not over 80. They're not in poor neighborhoods.
Yeah.
They're not in certain demographics.
Yeah, I know. Hollywood families, all of a sudden. Charlene Theron's got 4 tranny kids or something. I mean, come on.
Astronomical odds.
God. Yeah. Unbelievable. Anyway, let's see. Oh, this is kind of bizarre. Tucker Carlson says that he and his staff were detained in Israel after interviewing the U.S. ambassador. He wanted there to interview Mike Huckabee. And let's see, men who identified themselves as airport security took our passports, hauled our executive producer into a side room, and demanded to know who we talked to about and what we wanted to talk to Ambassador Huckabee about. He said it was bizarre. We're now out of the country. My post isn't cycling. Here we go. Get up. Stupid New York Post. That's the worst freaking website. When he arrived, Carlson posted a picture of himself with his business partner. 56-year-old Carlson veered into slamming Israel since he was pushed out of Fox News in 2023. He lauded independent stream the Tucker Carlson show a year later. Carlson's refusal to leave the airport during his visit lasted only a few hours. Too bad Tucker stayed in the airport to face so many invitations. See how wonderful. I don't know. Anyway, he's complaining that they treated him like crap. I don't know. Tucker.
Well, who does he think he is?
Yeah.
Because I was detained in England because there was an IRA bombing when I was there, and I'm traveling alone. I was detained twice there at the airport at Gatwick. So, you know, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You poor thing. Quit crying. You get detained when you're in foreign countries.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, even the Babylon Bee is going after Tucker Carlson pretty good for. I mean, he's kind of gone off the rails or something, I guess. Now I don't know. Is he as popular as ever? I do not. I've never seen his podcast.
He's
I don't.
not.
You know.
He's almost like the male version of what's that? What's the Candace Owens?
Oh
Is that
yeah.
her name?
Well, she freaked out apparently.
But she's far farther than he is. But he's done some really weird stuff lately.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Come repeat and flounder. This is a Black History Month once again. And just for the record, we want to salute our African-American friends. For example, let's see. Here we go. Edna Bodacious Cash was the first to refer to the soap operas as the Starries. So, again, this is just little-known facts that we just want to, point out to people that are important. Also, now, Flounder, just to be fair, Flounder did put into AI or Ask Grok or somebody to come up with some white history names of white companies and some white names just to kind of counterbalance so you don't think we're trying to be racial about this. For example, let's see, there's a website going around saying we should start supporting black businesses, and it was a lot of eateries and diners and so forth, which is great. You can get it on the websites. And some of the other not so much well-known white companies, including Remington Heritage Homes, Montgomery Premium Lawn Solutions, Sterling HOA Compliance Consulting, there's a couple of those, and their board of directors includes Grant Hollingsworth, Preston Davenport, Blake Remington, and Carter Wellington, just for some of those.
Blake Remington, Max Mount, Dick Safari.
Anyway.
Private.
Oh, my God, man. 412, Kim, Pete, and Flounder. More Jeffrey Epstein stuff. Here we go. Honestly, every single, with 3 million things every day. And so many people, and Whoopi Goldberg had to, answer why her name is in there. Again, it's so silly. If you knew Jeffrey Epstein and somehow his lawyer maybe did an email with you where you said, boy, that ball game last night was great. I couldn't believe Tom Brady scored 4 touchdowns. Then Tom Brady's name is in the Epstein files. So therefore, Tom Brady is linked to Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, this is ridiculous. And now this guy, this billionaire, Les Wexner, I know the name, he is testifying by remote in Ohio. He's held 90-something years old or whatever. He's 88-year-old businessman, the founder of L Brands, The Limited, Victoria's Secret, Bath & Body Works, Express, Abercrombie & Fitch, and so many more. The guy's worth $1 trillion freaking dollars. He was one of Epstein's first major clients as a financial advisor, Epstein being granted power of attorney over Wexner's vast wealth. And Wexner sold his Manhattan townhouse to Epstein, basically gave it to him. And that's where apparently a lot of the federal authorities say Epstein was abusing young women and girls and all that kind of stuff. So they want to talk to Wexner saying, are you involved in all this? And Wexner basically says, no, wait a minute. He was a con man. I didn't know anything about Jeffrey Epstein's, behavior and stuff like that. He was a con man. And a big business, so, I don't know, we'll see. But it's one after another. And big shot, corporate executives are resigning. It's
Goldman Sachs.
Goldman Sachs, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, well, there we go. That's what you get. You know, you lie with pigs, you get bacon or whatever this thing is. I think that's not quite the right. Dogs, flies, fleas, I don't know, bacon, pigs.
You nailed it.
Pretty much. 14 left. Look out. God.
It's time for the Bortz Report, exclusively on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3.
Ever heard of Saul Alinsky and his book, Rules for Radicals? He was a real favorite of Hillary Clinton, and he loved to set forth rules on how to create a social state. Are you interested in the 8 levels? Well, number 1, healthcare. Control healthcare. You control the people. Poverty. Poverty is important. You increase the poverty level as high as possible. Poor people, easier to control, will not fight back as long as you're giving them something for nothing. Debt. Increase the national debt level as much as you can. That way you're able to increase taxes, and that'll induce more poverty. More people easily controlled. And the favorite, gun control. Remove the ability to defend from the people, and that leaves the government as our protector and our defender. Sweet. Welfare, another one of Alinsky's key points. Take control of every aspect of people's lives. Food, housing, and income. Yeah, that income the left wants to redistribute now. Education, well, of course. Take control of what people read and listen to. Take control of what children learn in school. I mean, even Lenin knew this. He said all he needed was one generation of school children, and he'd have the country in his hand. Then you have class warfare. Divide the people into the wealthy and the poor. This will cause more discontent, and it will be easier to take money from the wealthy to support the poor and get their votes. But Americans are more interested in Pokemon cards than the writings of Saul Alinsky. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
A new year means new opportunities to secure your retirement goals. At Master Plan Retirement Consultants, we help you start fresh with holistic retirement planning to create a personalized retirement roadmap designed with you and for you. Our boutique team serves you with fiduciary care, ensuring every step moves you closer to a confident, sustainable retirement. As we all know, the best retirement asset is peace of mind. Make 2026 the year you take control with confidence. Schedule your complimentary consultation today at masterplanretire.com. Master Plan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Matt, where does confidence actually come from?
Well, Brooke, most people think it's about faking it or achieving more. But real confidence starts with something simpler, self-awareness.
So how do you know if you're self-aware? And more importantly, how do you increase it?
That's where our image process comes in at howpeopleseeyou.com.
Is that the same process made famous by casting director Sam Christensen from MASH?
Yeah, and today it's helping corporate professionals show up with clarity and authenticity, because confidence starts when who you are matches how you're seen. Learn more at howpeopleseeyou.com and sign up for a free preview event. That's howpeopleseeyou.com.
Hey, this is John Flading from ATL Turfco. We're a family-owned and operated independent local company here in the Atlanta area. We've been in business for over 15 years. We install several different types of artificial grass. One is landscape, which looks like real grass for your lawn. The next one is pet turf. Pet turf is a little bit shorter than landscape, and it's more durable. And the other one is putting greens. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
The Braves 2026 gate giveaways are here, and this season is packed with must-have items. From the Braves Legends collection featuring iconic Braves alumni to the crossover jersey collection with Braves basketball, football, hockey, and soccer jerseys, there's something for every fan. Plus, fans can look forward to some new additions like a Hawaiian shirt, cowboy hat, and a bobble card series. It's part bobblehead, part baseball card. Visit Braves.com/promos to see the full lineup and grab your tickets. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves country.
Hi, it's Lowe's, here with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, you are changing the way people are buying their next pre-owned car or truck. how are you doing it?
You know, Los, we found a better way for customers to buy a car. An honest way, a very transparent way. You pay what we pay plus our honest fee.
How do you prove that?
We even prove it to you by giving you a copy of the bill of sale at the end of the deal.
How much can people save when they buy their next vehicle with the Honest Car Guy?
I've saved people upwards of $20,000 and $30,000. I mean, it really depends on the year, the make, the model of the car, and the price of the car. You know, on a $15,000 car, I can't save you $20,000. We can probably save you $2,000 or $3,000. But it's through the course of the whole sale. The big one here that people don't realize, the financing. You go into the dealership, they tell you your rate's 9%, or really it's probably 7% because they're allowed to make 2 points on there. The Honest Car Guy, you'll save an average of $5,000 to $10,000 depending on the price of the car.
Folks, if you want to save thousands on your next pre-owned car or truck, try the Honest Car Guy. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or honestcarguy.com.
Ain't nothing beats the cozy comfort of a warm fireplace on a cool Georgia night. Tug here for Chimney Solutions. But before you light that fire, make sure the chimney's clean, safe, and ready with my friends at Chimney Solutions. Did you know that a dirty and damaged chimney could lead to dangerous carbon monoxide leaks or even chimney fires? Don't take that chance. Chimney Solutions certified technicians use state-of-the-art equipment to ensure your home and family are protected. Chimney Solutions, keeping Georgia homes safe, warm, and beautiful for over 25 years.
Yeah. I got how's it going, Hump Day? Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 106.3, the farm of Atlanta. Yeah, Led Zeppelin. Yeah, all right, sir. 1972, on their first Australian tour, Led Zeppelin rescheduled to the next night at the Memorial Drive in Adelaide, Australia. Heavy rain left the stage and equipment unsafe. Led Zeppelin had brought to Adelaide the largest PA system ever seen in the country to produce what was going to be the loudest rock show ever heard in 1972. Led Zeppelin. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 421. How's it going? 404-741-1230. Birthdays. Let's see. Here we go. Sarah Sutherland's birthday. Sarah Sutherland's 38. Sarah Sutherland played the daughter of in Veep. What's her name? The Seinfeld girl. And she played vice president. And Sarah Sutherland played her daughter, who was cute but really snotty and was really a pretty character. Sarah Sutherland is 38, and she is the daughter of Kiefer Sutherland, which I did not know as I was watching the series. I think I have like 30 of those Veeps on my DVR thing. 422, and another literary history note for you, Pete Davis in particular. 1885. Samuel Clemens, first known as to you, Mark Twain, publishes the famous and controversially famous Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Twain saw Huck's story as a sequel to his earlier book, the new novel of the Adventures of Tom Sawyer. That was in 1876. Now we're talking 1885. This was more serious, talking about slavery. The journey of Huck and his friend Jim, a runaway slave, down the Mississippi on a raft. Jim runs away because he's about to be sold and leaves his wife and kids. Huck goes with him to help him get to Ohio and freedom. The striking part of the book is satirical look at racism, religion, and other social attitudes of the time. 1885, we're talking. Jim, this black slave guy, is strong, brave, generous, and wise. Many of the white characters are stupid, violent, or selfish, and the naive Huck ends up questioning the hypocritical, unjust nature of society. This is 2 decades after the Emancipation Proclamation. The story landed with a splash. A Concord, Massachusetts library banned it. Subject matter was tawdry, coarse, ignorant. Other libraries did the same. After Twain's death in 1910, that continued in the 1950s. The African-American groups in America called the book racist for portrayal of black characters, even though the strong criticism of racism and slavery was obvious, and Jim was a pretty strong character. As recently as 1998, an Arizona parent sued the school district, saying that making the kids read this was making existing racial tensions even worse. Aside from the controversial nature and popularity with young readers, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn's been hailed as a serious literary critic choice masterpiece. Ernest Hemingway declared that book marked the beginning of American literature. Quote, "There was nothing before, There has been nothing as good since. Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, 1885.
Yeah, that's the first time I've looked at the actual map about this. And if they're floating south on the Mississippi, and he wants to get to Ohio.
Yeah.
So was he planning on getting off at the Ohio confluence of the Mississippi and then going upstream on the Ohio River to Ohio?
I don't think they had.
well, I'm thinking maybe he could hitch a ride with that boat going up the river. Because I don't see how he's going to float.
I don't know.
To Ohio.
I don't think that's the thing. The big long poles. They pole themselves up.
And if he's going south, if he misses that,
it's over.
He's going to go
Mississippi, right down to the ocean. You're going into the Gulf of Mexico.
You're Mississippi now, boy. You know.
You're in the Gulf of Mexico now, boy.
I don't know if I agree 100% with his police work there.
Hello. Give her Pete Flounder.
Navigational skills. I'm sure there's a reason, because Mark Twain knew that the back of his hand. He knew that river, so there had to be something.
I don't. I got in 1885. I'm not sure how many people really had a good map of where Ohio and the river was in America.
Oh, they knew.
Maybe they probably knew more than we do, Tom. But they knew more than I do right now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, when you think about,
I mean, you had to.
Yeah. Yeah, you lived. You
our dads,
survived.
both our dads, taught us how to read a map.
Right. Right.
And so we can still do that. But you know what? Those that have come after us, they look at their phone. They're clueless without that GPS.
Yeah.
Clueless.
Can you imagine if you give a 15 or 17 or 20-year-old kid a folded map of instead of using Waze, he's got here's a map.
Yeah.
All right, you pick out where you think you're going.
And you try and find a map these days. You have to pretty much order them, or find a I guess what do you call it? Not a state trip. What do you call it? The park ranger stations to maybe find one.
Or the interstate drive off shopping area gas station.
Visitor centers.
Visitor center. Yeah, and they were everywhere. Every gas station had a rack of maps. And every grocery store map. Yeah, grocery map.
I love them.
Yeah. Well, those days are long gone. It's like the newspaper. Every freaking morning. I swear, I come downstairs and I automatically start to take a right to go down the final step of stairs to go outside and get my freaking paper. I hate it. I just hate it. And it's it doesn't. There's nothing in there. I hated the paper for what it was, but still, I'm fighting. It's just I don't like it. I don't like what's going on. It's just not not right. Anyway, all right, 426. Can you stand one more? Jeffrey Epstein thing. One more
God.
thing.
Yeah, I wish just one day we do no Epstein.
Well, we can make that
to the point where people's eyes glaze over now, or their ears plug up.
And frankly, this story. Well, I won't get into it. I'll just tell you what it was. Pete found this in the Daily Mail, and again, that makes sense.
That idiot.
Yeah. Well, but Sarah Ferguson was caught in an interview in 2015 defending Prince Andrew, who was still a prince at the time, and branded Virginia Giuffre as a salacious liar. And it's getting worse and worse because that's now making the rounds again. The story's making the rounds again. She was promoting Weight Watchers on a TV show. She lost 50 pounds. And then all of a sudden this stuff happened. And so she kept defending him. She said, he's one of the greatest guys I've ever known, Prince Andrew. I know he's loved me. He's the best, da-da-da-da-da. And then a decade later, all of a sudden you're saying, oh, yeah, well, women who don't believe other women are really red flags. And it goes on about, and just the horror of what's going on there. And now they're actually investigating whether Prince Andrew broke criminal laws, committed crimes, because he apparently got caught in emails saying and here's the other thing, and this is creepy, and I almost didn't want to talk about it, but I will briefly. Sarah Ferguson, the former queen of pork, who got caught having that Texas boyfriend of hers sucking on her toes on the beach that time in a famous video, she asked Epstein repeatedly to hire her. Sarah Ferguson was afraid she was going broke. She had debt. She was kept calling. She owed like $8 million. And she sought Jeffrey Epstein's advice while he was serving a jail sentence for prostitution of little girls. And she still contacted Jeffrey Epstein saying, I need money. Can you help me? Please, she said, why don't you just hire me as your house assistant? I'm the most capable and desperately need the money, Jeffrey. Please, Jeffrey, think about it. You're a legend. I really don't have the words to describe my love. Anyway, God. And then she said he should marry her. Duchess of Pork. Fergie said, I thought I misread this. Fergie suggested the convicted sex trafficker wed an unnamed woman with a great body before adding, okay, well, marry me, and then we'll employ her. She said, to Jeffrey Epstein, the Duchess of Pork wrote, "You're a legend. I really don't have the words to describe my love, gratitude for your generosity and kindness. XX, I am at your service. Just marry me." Duchess of Pork.
As I said before, she's the dumbest person I ever interviewed, and I interviewed a lot of athletes. She's the dumbest. It's not even close.
I mean, what a horrible... and Prince William won't have anything to do with Harry, who had his testicles cut off by that freaking actress chick. I mean, oh, man, what a mess. It's just such a shame.
You know what? I used to be a supporter, because Churchill was a big supporter of the royal family and said it was an institution they needed. I'm at the mindset now to dump them.
Yeah, it's pretty silly. It's no more. It's no more a factor than I guess they probably still have a Prince of Denmark or something, but it's really not a thing. I mean, I don't.
Well,
think
you got a king who's supposedly the head of the Church of England, and he's pretty much joined Islam at this point, which is prerogative to do so.
Yeah.
But dude, your country is the Church of England.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, he had Diana killed. You know, that whole thing to me, the Killer King.
Allegedly.
Well, that's what I heard. Anyway, that's my opinion. 4:30.
He's the king now. He can.
He's coming over here. I'll take him on right now. He's probably younger than I am. Sorry, I took my jacket off. I'm ready to go, and I got my Marine Corps shirt on here.
You would kill the. He is such a wuss.
Yeah, I would. I'm sorry, I would.
You would hurt him.
It'd be bad.
I'd pay good money to see that too. I think William would too.
I want false walls first. All right, 4:30. Give her feed and flounder. All right, here we go. Look out.
Extra 106.3 is focused on the issues that matter most to you. Inflation, housing costs, healthcare, and taxes all shape the political landscape nationally and in Atlanta. And President Trump continues to fight the good fight so you'll have the chance to live the American dream. Proud to be the conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Well, it's getting to be warm and sunny more often than not, and if it's time to start looking out your windows again, I got some great news for you from Peach State Windows. Now, you know, I love family-owned businesses, and I met Jeff, who's called my goofy husband, Jeff, by his lovely bride decades ago. And Peach State Windows has a deal that, as a local family business who's been doing this for like 50 years or something, they know Georgia codes and how to get things done and the weather and stuff like that. Much better than those national firms who just hire, people on the side or something. Jeff and the guys have a special deal for you that they can't match. How about this? 8 premium Energy Star double hung replacement windows, fully installed, $39.95. 8 of them installed under $4,000. Big national outfits aren't going to even touch that. Here's another part of the great deal. 0% financing for up to 12 months. Holy cow. Here's the number. 770-485-8011. Hey, it's proven, trusted, price right, the right folks. PeachStateWindows.com.
Need advice on getting things fixed up around the house? No matter how big or small that project is, we've got your answers. Listen to us on the All Four Seasons Home Show presented by the Trusted Toolbox. Join Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage Entry Doors and Windows, and me, Chris Lalamia, your favorite handyman from the Trusted Toolbox, as we tackle all the issues, fixes, and honeydew projects around your home. Join us every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. or grab the podcast anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Are you paying too much in taxes? Most people are, and they don't even realize it. Hi, I'm David Nicholas, president of Nicholas Wealth Management. Every year, hardworking individuals and business owners send more money to the IRS than they legally have to. I hate to see it. Not because they did anything wrong, but because the tax code is complex. It's always changing, and it's full of opportunities most people never hear about. So here's the real question. Could you be paying less in taxes? With the right strategy, many people can. Through smarter planning, overlooked deductions, and better retirement and income decisions, you can win in retirement. That's why we're offering a complimentary tax analysis. No cost, no obligation, just a clear look at where you may be overpaying and what you can do about it. Stop guessing. Get answers. Call Nicholas Wealth Management 678-990-8500, 678-990-8500, or visit nicholaswealth.com.
Nicholas Wealth Management is an independent financial services firm. This is for informational purposes only and is not specific investment advice.
The legend Neil Bortz is live every week on the Morning Extra. And here's what you missed.
AOC, she is the very embodiment of that old phrase, sooner or later you gotta talk to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And Tug has a crush, too.
Crush is strong, but I've always thought she was cute. Yes, I do. Crush. But I'm drawing back. I'm not going to lie. I'm pulling back. The more she talks, the less attractive she is.
Well, at first, she doesn't have to say a damn thing.
Yeah, I know. And it's probably better that she doesn't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that earliest video of her with her hair not in a ponytail, loose, flying around while she's dancing to something on a rooftop in Bronx. I don't know. I mean, she looked pretty hot there.
Yeah.
But good God, the girl doesn't have a brain cell.
Catch the full segment at extra1063.com or anytime on the Extra 1063 app.
Oh, no, we're going to have to come up with a new format or
Welcome
something.
to the Kimmer Show
Every day.
halftime update.
We do this thing
We
where
pause now to honor all the stories Kimmer didn't
between
get
the time
to.
in
May
the
they
early
rest in
mornings
peace
and then when
until
the
tomorrow's
news
stack.
happens.
That's a new intro. I like that.
Yeah, I did recognize the new one I was talking over.
Of the 11 stories. That's you. How many do you think you've done?
9 1/4, 9 and a half. I got the part about. I got to like 8 and then a part of the. I know I did 7 in a row, and then I had 14. Well, probably 6. I know it's 6.
You did 6.
Oh my God. Well, something's
6.
wrong.
I know.
And I
What
took
have
it
you
easy
done?
today too. I slept an extra 15 minutes, and I kind of ease into a little bit less pressure or something on myself.
Good.
So we'll see. I don't think it's.
We haven't noticed one whit of difference in the show.
Oh, there won't be any difference.
Take 30 minutes off tomorrow and
There
see
won't
what
be any
happens.
difference. You know what I'm going to do tomorrow? Tomorrow's going to be like 70 degrees. I'm thinking I'm going to try to figure out a way to take my I haven't ridden my chopper in weeks because of the weather and the cold and all the crap we had. And of course, you can't do it during the day. But tomorrow I'm going to try to find a way to ride my chopper for like 15 minutes just to get it out before I come into work.
Well, Friday's supposed to be storm, so
yeah, and then the weekend, here we go again. So anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk about myself all the time here. Well, that'll be the day. But seriously, and now, my nose is growing. But seriously, a birthday, Matt Dillon. 62 years old today. Matt Dillon, known for The Outsiders, Something About Mary, Wild Things. Matt Dillon, 62. And on this day in history, boy, do I remember covering this story and thinking about this. And it happened while I was in another bad place in 1968. And I remember watching American Forces Vietnam, AFE, and television and radio, and the coverage of the Democratic National Convention in Chicago in 1968. Holy cow. I'll tell you what, when we were, people in the military overseas in a very bad place were all of a sudden watching what the hell's going on in America in 1968. Not only the Democratic National Convention, Bobby Kennedy assassinated, Martin Luther King Jr. assassinated, Democratic National Convention exploding, holy smokes. And it was in 1970 on this day, the Chicago 7 defendants were found not guilty of conspiring to incite the riots at the Democratic National Convention. All 7 not guilty. 5 were convicted of violating the Anti-Riot Act of 1968, and those convictions were all thrown out. In other words, they got away with everything. And for the record, Abby Hoffman and Jerry Rubin were the guys who founded the Yippies Party, mostly troublemakers with stunts they would pull off. And Tom Hayden, who was linked up with the commie traitor Jane Fonda. Tom Hayden was the guy who founded SDS, Students for a Democratic Society, which, of course, became something else entirely. But again, at all the 68 convention in 1970, they basically were all found innocent. Just hard to freaking believe. All right, 438, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Oh, again, just for the record, it is Girl Scout Cookie Week a month, and again, I mentioned that I bought 4 boxes from Miss Tiffany and her little girl. And again, just because of that, we had another tranny thing going on in the news today. We just talked about tranny with the Bradley Manning and Chelsea and so forth. And now apparently because the interim Senator John Ossoll from Georgia his fundraising re-election campaign committee has now complained about the fact that the Girl Scouts selling cookies should more be labeled the tranny scouts, allowing boys to wear dresses for the Girl Scouts. So now the Senator John Ossold's re-election campaign committee has apparently come out with their own version. They're selling anti-Girl Scout cookies. Listen to some of the names of the cookies they're selling. You ready for this? The Chastity Buster Bar. Well, now the dried up old ho-hos. I mean, this is just sugary castrate-alongs. I mean, these are outrageous for also the Snickers Skankadoodles, the Toll Whorehouse cookies. Now, wait a second. This is just wrong. It's wrong in every way.
Allegedly.
What a pencil-neck little pimp. You know, I mean, seriously.
Worthless Manchurian candidate of a senator. Nobody knows who the hell this guy is and what he's been doing.
I'm a nobody. I've never been anything that made any difference on any kind of big basis for anything. But again, I'm thinking to myself, if I were a guy who was nobody and came out of nowhere like John Ossold did to become the United States Senator from the state of Georgia that nobody's ever heard of. Nobody knew this guy. Nobody knew anything about it. He did production of documentary movies. That's his background. A trust fund baby. Okay, if I were in his place, if I were a nobody who suddenly, somehow, because of Hollywood money or whatever it was, got elected Senator of the United States to represent the state of Georgia, represent a senator, man, I'd go up there trying to kick ass. I know that freshman people are, supposed to stay in the background and do what the senior da-da-da-da-da. But honestly, I think I'd be so excited about trying to show that I'm worthy of the freaking title. And these two guys we have, the two communists, are both a just freaking disgrace. What have they done?
They don't represent the majority of Georgians. They don't. Their party, the Republican Party, screwed up, and the Democrats took advantage of it, and they shoved these guys down our throats.
Open borders, gender stuff, boys and girls locker rooms, boys and girls teams. I mean, they're going to nationalize the 15 million people who came in here illegally. Open borders are going to make them American citizens, allow them to vote. I mean, no ID to vote. How is it possible that these senators say, well, you should not have to identify yourself to be able to vote? In other words, okay, I walk into a registration place somewhere in, let's say, in Conyers. Okay, I go to Conyers, I go up to a courthouse, and I say, hi, my name is Fark Snickter, and I'd like to register to vote. Okay, Mr. Snickter, how do you spell that? S-N-I-C-K-T-E-R, N at the end, but it's not pronounced. Oh, okay. And how old are you? I'm 41. And where do you live? Here's my address. Okay, here's your registration card. I take your word that you say you're an American citizen and you're allowed to vote, and I take your word that that's your name. That's what they're suggesting, that you don't have to prove who you are. You don't need an ID to vote. You can make up an ID. And they say, well, you got to prove you live here. Do you have a gas bill? Yeah. In fact, maybe I stole one out of somebody's mailbox and I walk in with it. That's all you have to do. If you don't need an ID, you can take somebody's mail and say, yeah, this is my address. Trust me on this one. I mean, it's unbelievable.
India doesn't put up with that. Mexico doesn't put up with that.
Nobody does this. And the things they're trying to say are the reasons they don't want IDs to vote. Women who change their name. Please. I can't even talk about it. And here, politics again. And by the way, I thought one thing about this story when I first saw it, and I thought another thing when I finally read all of it. The Representative Tony Gonzalez in Texas, Republican, and one of the women who worked for him as his aide admitted to a colleague, and it got bigger and bigger from there, that she had an affair with Representative Tony Gonzalez, a Republican congressman from Texas. She admitted, she said, I had an affair with our boss and I'm fine. Her name is Regina Santos Avias, and Regina confessed to her co-worker. It was reported by the San Antonio News, and they have now withdrawn their endorsement of Anthony Gonzalez for the primary coming up in a matter of days, saying he has questions to answer. And the reason there are questions to answer is because this woman, Regina, in September of last year, poured gasoline all over herself in her backyard home in Texas and set herself on fire and died. 35-year-old wife and mother of one, worked for him as a regional director, was having an affair. Everybody knew it. She admitted it. And then as soon as it became known, her husband discovered text messages between the two parties, his wife and the scoundrel congressman, confirming the affair. He exposed it to the staff, and when he exposed it, the congressman cut her off. She was his number one everything. He cut her off, canceled any meetings he had with her like she didn't exist anymore. She talked about him every day. She was heartbroken, apparently, and so forth, and she set herself on fire and died. And here's what bothers me even more than that, if that's possible. Gonzalez, running for a fourth House term, said that the purported fling was just people throwing rocks at me, saying I'm doing nasty things. In politics, you better have thick skin. My God, man, she set herself on fire because of you. And he's saying, well, you need thick skin, and this is just people, throwing rocks at me. Oh, my God, the girl died.
But she is an adult who set herself on fire as well.
I know.
He's not responsible for her doing that to herself.
No, he's not.
Everybody's gone through bad breakups. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I totally agree completely. She obviously was not mentally ill. Mother and had a child. I mean,
yeah, she wasn't well.
However, what I'm saying was, the whole thing, that alone is just a horrible thing on its own. My concern now is his reaction. Well, it's just people throwing rocks at me, Oh, my God, the girl died. Isn't there something you could have said? Horrible tragedy. And you couldn't say anything. You had an affair, and the girl killed herself because of it, and now you're running for Congress again, pretending it's no big deal. They're throwing rocks at you. What a state of affairs we have in this country.
Are you shocked that a Republican is a hypocrite?
I
know. Is mishandling a controversy?
I know.
Of his own making?
Silly me. Surprised he's not from Georgia. 4:45. Give her Pete and Flounder. Holy smokes. It's only me. Let's choose tweets next. I got the sign and everything. Tweets coming up. We have Holy Crap at Sports. A lot of sports stuff talking about. I got everything. I look out.
Start your day with Tug and Los on the Morning Extra from 6 to 10. Then it's Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck at noon, and the Kimmer Show on your ride home from 3 to 6. And hang out every night for Jesse Kelly at 6 and Jimmy Fela at 9. And stream it all live in crystal clear HD on the Extra 106.3 app.
Time now for the Retire Wise Report. James Sparker here with financial advisor Sean Maloney, founder and CEO of Retire Wise. The big question for many of our listeners as they approach retirement is, will I be okay in retirement? Sean, how do you help someone figure out if they've saved enough to be comfortable?
Great question. There's a lot of different aspects to this, but the biggest thing is looking at risk. Look, there's a lot of different risks to your money, like market risk. There's healthcare costs, inflation, and taxes. All those need to be accounted for. Many people worry if they've saved enough. Am I going to outlive my money? Strategies to help preserve your wealth can be more important than the dollar amount that you saved. Get an analysis of your situation to help you get that clarity that you need.
Tell us about the offer you have for listeners.
If you're worried about if you'll be okay for retirement, you probably don't have a plan. You might not even know what I mean when I'm talking about, do you have a retirement plan? Well, we have a great resource for you guys. We have what's called the Retire Happy Framework Toolkit, and you can get that by calling or texting WISE to 770-802-2200. My team helped me put this thing together just for you, and it's a complimentary guide. And the center of this is a copy of my latest book, The Priority of Retirement. It has chapters from everything from investments to Social Security, income planning, and has other guides that go along with it as well, with some checklists in regards to all those different strategies and topics as well. So if you want to get that information in your hands today, call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. That's 770-802-2200.
Take advantage of this offer. Get your Retire Happy Framework today. Like Sean said, just text WISE to 770-802-2200. The team at Retire Wise will get you your Retire Happy Framework right away. So just call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor.
There's never been a better time to fall in love with Subaru. Now through March 31st, get award-winning vehicles and exceptional offers from a brand you trust during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Subaru of Gwinnett. Explore the full lineup of hybrid, electric, gas, and wilderness vehicles, including the 2026 Subaru Forester and the all-new 2026 Subaru Outback. Every Subaru is made with love and built to last, with dependability and value coming standard. Whether you're looking to match your adventurous spirit with the 2026 Subaru Outback or land on the reliability of the 2026 Subaru Forester, Subaru of Gwinnett has the perfect fit for your family. You'll love exploring in the 2026 Subaru Crosstrek. And the 2026 Subaru Legacy is what happens when we put the best of Subaru into a sedan. Plus, every Subaru model comes equipped with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. There's a lot to discover and a lot to love at Subaru of Gwinnett. Come in for a test drive on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth or start shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Join Daniel Madelon, CEO of A Second Chance Bail Bonds, and co-host Tug Cowart as they bring together law enforcement, justice insiders, and voices from every part of the justice system, victims, advocates, and people who've turned their lives around. It's not PR, it's not fluff. It's an honest talk about what's working, what's broken, and how to build a better path forward, one second chance at a time. This week's guest is Makia Metzger, Cobb County Solicitor General. Justice Unfiltered. Unfiltered, informed, and unbiased.
So, you had a long day. You decided to stop for a cocktail on the way home. The next thing you know, you had one too many, and you just got pulled over. You need A Second Chance Bail Bonds. A Second Chance can get you or a loved one out of jail quickly, in most cases, in a matter of hours. A Second Chance Bail Bonds. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Get help now. Call 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT, or contact them online at atlbail.com.
February is Heart Health Month, and heart problems don't care what month it is, and everybody knows somebody with a heart issue, a parent, maybe you, maybe me, and you have health insurance, so you're covered, right? And, well, maybe until you see the out-of-pocket costs, insurance doesn't pay. If a heart attack or stroke hits, you're suddenly staring at deductibles and missed paychecks, mortgages due, bills don't take sick days. You don't need a second heart attack from opening the mail. Well, nobody wants to start a GoFundMe either to get back on your feet. That's why our listeners now have added a separate heart and stroke plan. It can pay a lump sum cash benefit on the first covered event up to $75,000 paid directly to you. Benefits vary by plan and eligibility. It's usually affordable. You can call Stephen to get the details. It takes about 2 minutes to check your options. The Health Insurance Doctor, solving problems you don't see coming before they happen. HealthInsuranceDoctor.net. Here's the number, 678-523-0759. Ask about the heart and stroke coverage. HealthInsuranceDoctor.net. I swear, we have talked about this song on our music list 3 times in the last couple of weeks for one reason or another because of some different historical note. Pretty cool. 1966, Beach Boy Brian Wilson recorded the classic song Good Vibrations. Went on to become the band's 3rd U.S. #1 hit. And again, the reason, I swear we just talked about this a little while ago, and it came up now for a different reason because he recorded it on this day. As a little boy, Brian Wilson's mother told him dogs can pick up vibrations from people. So the dog would bark at bad vibrations, and Wilson turned that into the general idea for the good vibrations. And I remember when this song came out, man, it was a huge hit. It was different as heck. Very, very different song. Kimber Pete and Flounder. Hold everything. It's Rick the Painter. Rick the Painter. It's Have a Hump Day. Rick, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey, Kimber, happy Hump Day, brother.
Thank you, sir.
I've got a couple of things, sir. But first, what I would like to comment you were talking about earlier on this voter ID. Schumer. Yes, Schumer is talking about, well, if you get married and you change your name, you may not be able to vote. Well, if you get married, you've got to go down to get a marriage license. You've got to have an ID.
Yeah, you do.
So, that blows that out. And if you can't, if your ID hasn't changed your name, all you got to do is take your marriage license, your birth certificate, and you can go vote.
Yeah.
So, it just shoots him out of the water. But I wish somebody would ask you, just comment, tell him that, of course. Yeah. But anyway, when I'm coming on my next comment, Monday I called in. Well, today my Aunt Betty called me today.
Your Aunt Betty called you? Yeah.
Yes, sir. She's an avid listener.
Yeah.
Her and her friends, they listen to Kimmer Babes.
Hi,
and
Betty.
They play bridge on Tuesday night.
Oh, I played bridge. Yeah, cool.
Well, today they played bridge last night.
Yeah,
she
right.
called me. My Aunt Betty called me today, and she gave me the what for.
Yeah.
She goes, I heard, and she heard the show Monday. When I called in Monday, I called in with that heartwarming animal story, and she said, you got cut off the show, and her friends were telling her, Kimmer cut you off, and by the time it went around the table, she told me that I had been banned from the Kimmer show.
Banned from the show.
So I'm just calling to apologize about Monday. I went on the edge Monday, and I want my Aunt Betty to hear me apologizing because she told me, she said, Kimmer banned you. You're not allowed to call in no more. So, I hope that's not true.
Well, you're obviously on the air now, so we've broken our own rule. It's
true.
Incredible story. Rick the Painter. All right, I got to go. You're killing me. Rick the Painter.
All right.
See, we were thinking more like
punchline.
More like things like, hey, if you're ever attacked by a mob of clowns, always go for the juggler. You know, stuff like that. It's kind of, hey, Pete Davis.
Or I can't believe someone stole my limbo stick.
They stole your limbo stick?
Yeah, how low can you go?
How are you going to get under that? Sorry. Yes. Low. Did you ever do the limbo? Did you ever know people who could really do the limbo? Girls could do the limbo.
Oh.
There are people who can do it 10 inches off the ground. Or I don't know how they.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. No. All right, 4:55. Let's do this, Flounder, because we got the Flounder's Funny coming up here. So in the meantime, we got jokes, we got one-liners, we got stuff like that, and so now we got Pete's tweets here with it. Killer Pete and Flounder on your happy hump day on 106.3.
Mike the engineer says even blondes are now telling Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez jokes. And someone needs to tell the entire island of Nantucket to give up cocaine for Lent. A test of the wastewater coming out of the affluent island's homes finds a level of cocaine use 3 times the level of the rest of the country. And they say sweets won't solve your problems.
No.
As if broccoli will. At least cake tries.
Oh, God.
And finally, Mike the engineer also found this.
Yeah.
I blame OSHA. In the old days, stupid people died from being stupid. OSHA has been keeping stupid people alive since the 1970s. Alive to breed and make more stupid people. Now we have a country full of stupid people. Thanks a lot, OSHA.
Yeah, whatever happened to Darwin's theory? You leave us alone.
Yeah. Yes.
Let it work out, okay?
Hands off.
The ball's rolling. Get out of the way. Stuff there. How about the Babylon Bee? AOC, Ocasio-Cortez, condemns Spain for stealing Mexico's language. Tried it with the Cowboys. Let's see. Fraud suspicions arise as the Somali team wins the number 734th gold medal at the Winter Olympics this year. So there's an incredible Somalian thing there. And one more. Donald Trump is honoring Hillary Rodham P. Stinky Fart Cabbage with a new federal holiday, almost President's Day. So there you go with a bing bang pow. 4:57. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Nothing new on the Savannah Guthrie mom search. And 8 people out of the 9, I guess the rest of the 9 people in that ski avalanche thing in California are dead. 8 bodies been found. The 9th still missing, and they haven't been able to recover them yet because the weather and everything's so bad. Just a tragedy thing. Also coming up a little bit later on, I found a story that I thought was interesting because at night I find out that my bedroom gets very hot. And I've got a story here that says I'm putting my heart at risk, and you might be too. We'll get it. We got stuff like that coming up. Also, we've got Flounder's Funnies. In fact, we'll do a Flounder's Funny probably the next couple of seconds. And Holy Crap, It's Sports is coming up. And a lot of all the latest on the Olympic stuff. Black History Month. And, everything's good. Flounder, a little Flounder's Funny here. What do you think?
Absolutely. What do we got here? Here we go. This is Sebastian Manicotti.
Oh, he likes this guy. He's an actor, too, as a comedian.
We had garage sales growing up. We threw the garbage out on the driveway. We had some signs with an arrow, come get our garbage. And people would mill around your yard, but you would watch them, right? They would get a little too close to the house. Like, hey, back up, back off, back up. What do you want? Can we use your bathroom? Bathroom, get the hell off the property. And whatever we didn't sell, we threw it out. but we broke it before we put it in the garbage. That's my Italian father. He's like, if they're not going to buy it at my sale, they're not going to come by later and steal it out of my garbage. Saw the couch in half. 12 years old, I'm sawing the couch. Pop the eyeballs out of the teddy bear and then decapitate the head. Throw the head out on Monday and then the body out on Friday.
Sebastian Maniscalco, I think. What was the gangster movie he was in? Was that the one with Robert De Niro? He played the kid. Robert De Niro protecting his son from the mob or something. Was that?
It was.
You lost me at De Niro.
Was it The Irishman?
No, I think it was.
Hold on real quick.
I can't remember. Anyway, we'll get to
Family Jewels or something.
Yeah, something like that. I think it was something like that. It doesn't matter. We'll get to it. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. By the way, I want to thank the morning show boys. This morning, when I listened early, and I think they've kind of tried to take me under their wing a little bit because they were having fun when I say, "Oh my God," and do like and do my little screaming stuff. And they're trying, they're trying to tell me it's going to be okay and everything's fine. And by the way, Tug, don't worry. I always protect my sailors. He was afraid that there's something going on. We always protect the sailors. 5 o'clock, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder here on 106.3 and the news. And then
The Morning Extra, every weekday morning from 6 to 10 on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
The president has a message for the American people. Lisa Brady, Fox News. He says he'll be talking about the economy in next week's State of the Union address and tomorrow in Georgia, insisting he's making life better for all Americans.
But we thank God for the strength and courage and grit and devotion of black Americans who have helped make America the most powerful country in the history of the world.
This during a White House event marking Black History Month, also paying tribute to the Reverend Jesse Jackson a day after his passing, calling him a hero and a good man. Several Democratic lawmakers say they'll boycott the State of the Union, instead planning to attend a rally being organized by progressive groups on the National Mall. The Trump administration says it's ready to help clean up a massive sewage spill in the Potomac River.
President Trump blames the Democratic leaders of Virginia, Maryland, and D.C. for last month's pipe collapse that surged millions of gallons of raw sewage into the Potomac. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the president is waiting for a request from the governors and mayor.
The federal government has been preparing plans. The White House has been in contact with FEMA, with the Army Corps of Engineers, with the Environmental Protection Agency. Again, we've been standing by. This is a problem we want to fix.
Maryland Governor Wes Moore says the collapsed pipe is the responsibility of the federal government, saying the spill is mostly contained and President Trump needs to do his job.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. 8 skiers confirmed dead, 1 still missing after an avalanche near Lake Tahoe in California.
A group of 15 skiers, 4 guides, and 11 of their clients finishing up a 3-day winter camping trip in Castle Peak. An avalanche warning was in effect at the time with heavy snow and gale force winds. It took hours for some 50 rescuers to get to a group of 6 that managed to survive the avalanche that was described as the length of a football field.
Fox's Claudia Cowan in Sausalito. America is listening to Fox News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-809-7171. That's 800-809-7171.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. After my husband died, the last thing I wanted to think about was money. Ethos made it affordable to get life insurance. Signing up was fast and 100% online. I knew that I could pay our mortgage and have food in the fridge. I could focus on my kids. No one ever tells you how much you're going to depend on that policy. I am so grateful we had coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of leg. Ready on your dog target. Help, road guards out. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Giver with Pete Davis and Flounder and you on 106.3. Happy Hump Day. Here's the number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Holy Crap of Sports is coming up, and we got the newsy stuff coming up. Latest on a couple things coming up. Also, it's Lent. And now, seriously, Pete Davis, I think you actually do give up things for Lent, or I know you have in the past. Are you doing anything this year?
Biggest mistake I ever made was giving up chocolate.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that. Was very hard on you.
And then after I suffered for 40 days of no chocolate,
you
my
found
Catholic
out.
nephews said, "Oh, you didn't know that on Sundays you can do it?"
Yeah, you can eat what you want on Sundays.
I mean, you can, but it doesn't mean you do. I mean,
well,
I growing up Catholic, I had to give up. What are some of the things? I gave up chocolate chip ice cream. I gave up popcorn. I gave up soft drinks one year.
Were these things that you actually did like, and so it was?
Yeah. So I gave them up. I remember one year my brother tried to give up arguing with my mom.
Your mom was too sweet to have them argue all the time. I can't believe it. That must have been easy, actually. I'm trying to. I was brought up Methodist and Protestant, so we didn't have any of that stuff. In fact, I will admit to you, I still am shocked. I was watching Fox News earlier today, and that guy Brett Baer, who's a great guy, I watch him all the time. I miss most of his show because it's a different hour and everything. But anyway, and he's got the big ash cross on his forehead, and I know that I haven't seen her, but I'll bet you who's that? The hot Martha Vandella there, Martha Magnificent. What's her name? Martha, hot girl, blonde girl. She's 62 years old. Martha. Oh God. Anyway, and she always, I've seen her, remember on Ash Wednesday has the cross on her. And I remember as a kid growing up saying, man, it was really weird. And Martha McCallum, yeah. And a lot of people do it. And I thought, I remember thinking, why would they do that on TV? It doesn't look right. You're on TV. You're not in your personal life.
Well, they're saying, look, I
agree. As an adult, I remember the first time I saw people on TV doing it, I thought, oh my God. And I realized, well, that's good. They believe, and you shouldn't discriminate against them. I'm kind of glad and also surprised that a lot of bosses, maybe that's true, wouldn't allow it or would object to something. I don't know. I'm just saying. Anyway,
it's a good way for self. What was the word I was going to look for? Discipline. Self-discipline to see if you can give something up for 40 days, and if it's a healthy thing, it's better for you.
Well, I know what I ought to give up. You mentioned it earlier before we started the radio. I'm watching right now. Here's the guy, that slimy scumbag former senator who's on the 5. Has got the cross on his head. I can't remember his name. He's a slime bag. He's a dirty, rotten liar.
That wasn't very Christian of you. Names like
well, he's the one with the phony cross. He's a dirty, rotten liar. He's one of these guys who all bashing Trump as a Nazi and an insurrectionist and everything else all these years, and now he's trying to he's a former senator or a congressman or something. He's now trying to take an easier road or something like that. And so these freaking phonies. Oh, they're all religious now. Yeah, are you? Yeah, I guarantee you would personally be very happy to perform abortions on any woman who wanted one. So give me your phony beliefs on your forehead. I mean, you freaking hypocrite. Anyway, okie dokie. And now some news stories here. We got one here right here. And by this, I hate when I come in here, and then almost every afternoon when I'm watching Fox News TV while we're finishing up parts of the show, there will be some live thing coming on at the White House. And today, Caroline Leavitt did her briefing, and I wish
Harold Ford is his name.
Harold Ford, yeah, that's the guy. And he comes across as all kind of, like reasonable stuff lately, but it's, he's been caught over and over and over. When I used to watch the 5 all the time when I had the time, when I wasn't working the shift anyway. So screw them, freaking phony hypocrite bastards. Again, in fact, just for the record, if in any circumstance, the Democrats in this country were afraid that the millions of people who came across the border were going to vote Republican, they would have a voter ID law that would make your hair stand on end. Therefore, if any issue, a political issue, if you just change the parties, you can see whether the Democrats really believe in what they're saying. And they clearly do not believe in what they're saying. They clearly do not believe that you shouldn't have to have an ID to vote, because if they thought all those people were going to vote Republican, they would stop it. Freaking phonies. And they all know it, and they're all caught at it, and no one cares, and no one's calling them on it. It's just freaking unbelievable. Anyway, and Caroline Levitt today. Here we go. And stuff's still going on in the news. And the reporters have been a lot better, I think, lately. But once in a while, this stuff pops up today. Caroline Levitt pushed back on a reporter who asked for examples of when President Trump had been falsely called a racist. Yesterday, the guy said, in his statement about Jesse Jackson, the president said, despite the fact that I'm falsely and consistently called a racist by the scoundrels and lunatics and the radical left Democrats all, it was always my pleasure to help Jesse along the way. Where or when does the president, this is a reporter asking now, where or when does the president believe he's been falsely called racist? Well, Caroline Levitt, Peter Pants, and pulled some hair out and then said, you've got to be kidding. I will pull you a plethora of examples. I'm going to get my team in that room to start going through the internet of radical Democrats throughout the years and who have accused this president falsely of being a racist. And I'm sure there's many people in this room, this is Caroline speaking, many people in this room and on network television across the country who have accused him of the same. In fact, I know that because I've seen it with my own eyes. She noted that the president was scheduled today to hold an event in Black History Month. You heard a live part of it here today. And a number of policy accomplishments aimed at benefiting the black community as well as Americans as a whole. Funding historically black colleges and universities. Trump had the Trump accounts for that. The president's done all this regardless of race, been falsely called, smeared as a racist. And I'm happy to provide you with those receipts, and we will gladly do that right after this briefing. Anyway, and then Trump went on to praise Jesse Jackson, which, was too much for me. As an extortionist and a blackmailer.
Well, Jesse and Al Sharpton gave him awards in New York City.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. They loved him. Yeah, because he helped the black community. Trump has never been a racist. He's never done a racist thing in his life. Now, they complain, well, when he was a big builder, he would, discriminate against unions which have black people or something. But that, Trump's never done a racist thing in his life. He's never done an anti-Jewish. Hell, his daughter's Jewish. His son became Jewish. Anyway, these freaking people.
His daughter became Jewish. His son-in-law was Jewish.
Yeah. His daughter became Jewish. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Of course. And by the way, that son is doing gangbusters in international affairs and business dealings and diplomacy and stuff. And it's pretty cool. I wonder what Barron Trump's going to be. I wonder if Barron Trump's going to... He's been real quiet lately. Good. Well, thank goodness, I think.
Cold-blooded assassin.
Yeah, I think he's up to... I think he's... We got a phone call.
Got Stan from South Carolina on the horn.
Hey, Stan. Welcome aboard from South Carolina. I love South Carolina. What's up, man?
Hey, guys. You're talking about Jesse Jackson. I know yesterday as well, but he is from Greenville, South Carolina, and there is rumors, I can't confirm or deny, that he worked in a grill as a short-order cook, and he used to spit in white people's food.
Oh, my.
That's the kind of person.
That was an old rumor.
That's the kind of person.
Yeah.
It's a rumor.
Yeah.
I can't confirm it, but that's the scuttlebutt on him.
Yeah.
So, anyway, y'all have a good one.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. There you go. 512, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Mark Zuckerberg, he's from Mars. I swear to every time I see his face, he's not American planet people. He's not Earthling. He's just not. I mean, really, it's like that face was put together based on like a model drawing from outer space of whoever was making human-like creatures up there or something. Anyway, he's testifying about addicting children to his websites for badness. All right, we'll get the latest on that. In the meantime, let's have some fun talking sports. What do you think? Coming up, there'll be more Flounders Funnies too. 513, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on 106.3. It's Hump Day. On 106.3.
communists with truth every day on the only conservative news and talk station in Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Well, we know Heart Health Month is this one, February, and is still on for a while. And, speaking of heart issues, we all have knowledge of somebody in the family, maybe you, maybe me, with a heart problem like a heart attack or something. And then you think, you're covered with your health insurance. And then all of a sudden you get a bill that says, no, this is not in your policy. A lot of out-of-pocket costs insurance companies don't pay. Well, I don't know about this stuff, but I sure know who does, a health insurance doctor. Here's the deal. If a heart attack or a stroke hits, either way, now, of course, a stroke involves your brain, the wiring stuff, the heart attack involving your heart, stuff like that. But still, either way, nobody wants to, to try to get back on your feet when your bills are coming in. You can't pay it. Here's the deal. We now have a new plan, a separate heart and stroke plan. Can pay a lump sum cash benefit on a first covered event up to $75,000. Paid directly to you. Benefits vary by plan and eligibility, usually affordable, but Stephen's got the details. Takes about 2 minutes. Check it out. The Health Insurance Doctor. Here's the number, 678-523-0759. Ask about heart and stroke coverage. HealthInsuranceDoctor.net.
Thousands of veterans across Georgia are missing out on the benefits they've earned through their service. The Warrior Alliance is changing that by connecting veterans and their families to life-changing resources and support. Tune into the Warrior Alliance Network, our podcast and radio show dedicated to helping veterans succeed after service. Join us every Saturday at 11 a.m. on 106.3 to hear inspiring veteran stories, discover free programs, and learn about career opportunities available to you. Subscribe to the Warrior Alliance YouTube channel today.
Of all the radio ads I've ever done, I only advertised one thing that I think saved my life. My CPAP machine, sleep apnea. And I found the best CPAP dealer out there ever, Roddy, at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. CPAPsETC.com. Everything you need, all the supplies, shipped anywhere at a price that often beats insurance. CPAPsETC.com. Go take a peek now.
Ain't nothing beats the cozy comfort of a warm fireplace on a cool Georgia night. Tug here for Chimney Solutions. But before you light that fire, make sure the chimney's clean, safe, and ready with my friends at Chimney Solutions. Did you know that a dirty and damaged chimney could lead to dangerous carbon monoxide leaks or even chimney fires? Don't take that chance. Chimney Solutions certified technicians use state-of-the-art equipment to ensure your home and family are protected. Chimney Solutions, keeping Georgia homes safe, warm, and beautiful for over 25 years.
You've worked hard to save, and many even have a financial advisor. But is your portfolio as efficient as it can be? I'm here today with Evan Ward of Atlas Retirement, where our listeners can get a second opinion on their retirement savings. So, Evan, tell folks the biggest benefits of getting that second look.
Well, it's clarity. It's confidence. And I had a client come in the other day, and she thought, and she is, exceptionally conservative financially. And that's the way she had told her financial advisor to investors. She thought she was paying very little in fees. We came into the full review of her portfolio. She was taking a great deal of risk, so much so that she, in a good market, was down like 15, 20%. But then the thing that really put her over the top, the thing that she had no idea is she was paying about 4.5% a year in fees. It was an outrageous kick in the teeth to her. But the good news is there are ways to fix that problem pretty quickly and get you in line with what you actually thought you had.
Second opinions obviously are important, Evan, and as is reviewing what you have in place, right? You don't want to set it and forget it. You don't want to put a retirement plan together and just think, okay, now I'm good for the future, right?
Well, the way I view retirement and retirement plans is they're living, breathing things. Because the one thing I can promise you, I can promise me, and I can promise every single person that walks in our office is life will throw you curveballs. Things will change, and we've got to adapt with them. So if we aren't having annual reviews, and as you get closer to retirement even more so, we have to adapt and build from there.
If you'd like a second opinion when it comes to your savings and investments, call Atlas Retirement for a complimentary second opinion today. That number is 678-736-7799. That's 678-736-7799. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Get ready, Atlanta. It's homecoming at Gateway Center Arena. On Wednesday, February 22nd, Love Atlanta hosts Love Austin for our HBCU night, a celebration of Black History Month. Expect big plays on the court and big energy in the building, featuring Clark Atlanta's Mighty Marching Panthers, special guests, and a can't-miss fan experience. Show up, show out, and show love for your Love Atlanta. Grab your tickets now at LOVBATL.com. That's LOVBATL.com.
Hey, in honor of Black History Month, we salute George Little Ray Ray Watley, the first person to sneak an entire dinner into a movie theater. And now, sponsored by Gligman's Flams. If you need Flams, you need Gligman's. Holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
The hits just keep coming for the Braves down in spring training. Spencer Schwellenbach had surgery today on his pitching elbow. Hurst and Waldrip to have a similar procedure on Monday. Manager Walt Weiss hopes both will be back sometime this season. They'll be out at least 3 to 4 months. So we're thinking June at the earliest. Weiss talked about his pitchers.
Talked right about them there, Flounder. Rice was talking about the pitchers and speaking with the pitchers and talking with
Schwelly's already on the 60-day. Waldrop's heading there. They don't have a timeline. It's too far out. So, yeah, with them both being on the 60-day, there's not a whole lot to talk about,
Mr. Weiss announced his retirement from baseball today.
No, he did not. He's taking it in stride, as we'll tell you in just a second. Schwellenbach could take longer because he has bone spurs removed. Waldrop having either bone chips or cartilage taken out. Beat writer Mark Bowman points out over the past year they've had 6 different starting pitchers miss at least 6 weeks. If the season started today, the rotation would likely be Chris Sale, Spencer Strider, Ronaldo Lopez, Grant Holmes, and either Bryce Elder or Joey Wentz. Veterans Carlos Carrasco and Martin Perez signed minor league deals. There'll be rotation depth. Their presence might help the Braves buy some time as they wait for prospects like J.R. Ritchie and Didier Fuentes to prove they're ready for the major leagues.
Excellent.
So
good.
we'll see.
Hopefully.
Is all this getting the new skipper down? Well, no. Walt Weiss says there's nothing you can do. These guys get hurt doing what they do. You go out there and pitch enough, at some point, something is bound to happen. So I don't beat my head against the wall with stuff like this. I just know it's part of the deal. I wish it hadn't happened, but we put our heads down and keep going.
Great attitude. That's all you can do.
That's right.
Work hard.
This
keep going.
just makes it all the more important for the injured bats from last year, Acuna, Riley, Albies, etc. Come back raking and scoring a lot of runs like they did in the record-setting offensive year not too long ago. Michael Harris cannot get off to that start he did, too.
That's right.
Harris the second, I should say. Former Indiana quarterback and Heisman Trophy winner Fernando Mendoza says he tried to commit to another school. He tried to call another head coach, but the call didn't go through. Which head coach in school would that be?
That would be Georgia, University of Georgia.
You are correct, sir. Kirby Smart. He says that didn't go through. He said it was God telling him to sleep on it, so he chose the Hoosiers instead.
Wow. Holy cow.
You imagine
Isn't
if you had
something?
Fernando Mendoza instead of Carson Beck.
Yeah. Wow. Well, wow. Yeah.
For the 4th straight year, the Chiefs have restructured quarterback Patrick Mahomes' contract, saving themselves nearly $44 million in cap space.
Yeah. Now, that do I understand it correctly that I think there's either a choice that he can take less salary over more years or they'll just pay him later after he even retires. They're still going to owe him a whole bunch of money. Either way, he's going to get his money, I think, right? Correct?
Oh, yeah. And he's got all the money he needs right now.
So
Not that he shouldn't get more, but I'm just saying.
Pay me when he's retired. Yeah.
Not all good news for KC, though. An ex-girlfriend of receiver Rashee Rice has filed a civil lawsuit in Texas alleging he repeatedly assaulted her during an 18-month span from 23 to 25. Dakota Jones, who said she was pregnant during many of the assaults, is seeking more than $1 million, saying Rice has grabbed, choked, strangled, pushed, thrown, scratched, hit, and headbutted Ms. Jones, as well as hit her with inanimate objects, according to her lawyer.
Wow. Do we have any proof of this, I wonder? Witnesses?
Not yet.
Body pictures?
But he's the guy who had that wreck a few years ago, drunken or whatever, and killed those people.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
Number 14, Virginia visits Georgia Tech tonight in basketball. I think he killed somebody. Was that Andy's son that did that?
No, I don't.
Well, something like that. I remember something.
Yeah, either way.
Anyway, number 14, Virginia visits Georgia Tech tonight in basketball. Last night, Georgia won in Rupp Arena for the first time since 2009, beating Kentucky 86-78.
Wow.
A late entry stole the show during qualifying today for the women's cross-country team sprint at the Milan Cortina Olympics. Nazgul finished third, but it's not going to count because he's a dog. He ran onto the track. It's great video. Cheered on by spectators. While the heats were in progress, he ran alongside the athletes as they crossed the finish line.
Oh, cool.
And later wandered to the finish area, approached skiers as they completed their runs. Now, he is a Czechoslovakian wolf dog. He looks like a freaking wolf.
Oh, my God.
So the girls were kind of scared of him. But his name comes from the evil ghost kings from Lord of the Rings, the Nazguls. He was on his walk with his owner, and he broke free. The owner says Nazgul is a stubborn but very sweet animal.
Well, I hope is there going to be video on tonight, coverage tonight? I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's all over the internet
I haven't.
right
well,
now.
I don't have that in here. I can't look for stuff while I'm on the radio.
You don't have the internet.
Well, no, apparently it's not showing up. I don't see it. I'm on Fox Thing right here, and I'm on New York Post, and there's no
Everybody has
video.
seen it, but
I have not
usually
seen
it's
it. It's not
cute.
here. It's not on my screen.
Eileen Gu is a traitor who sold out to her red Chinese masters during these Olympic Games.
Mm-hmm.
The opposite of Gu is Elisa Liu, an American skater known as the Blade Angel. But a few years ago, Elisa and her father were the target of red Chinese spies. Arthur Liu left China in his 20s as a political refugee, protesting the communist government after they killed those people in Tiananmen Square, the massacre in 1989. He eventually settled in the San Francisco Bay Area and put himself through law school. Well, he had been contacted by the FBI in October of 2021, warned about a commie scheme just as his then 16-year-old daughter was preparing for the Winter Olympics in Peking. Can you imagine escaping Red China, coming to America, watching your daughter become an Olympic star, and she has to go to Peking to skate in the Games? A man called him in November of 2021, months before the Games, claiming to be an official with the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee. Asked for his and his daughter's passport numbers. Arthur refused. Matthew Zaburis arrested in March of 22 on charges that included conspiring to commit interstate harassment and criminal use of a means of ID. Zaburis was hired to perform surveillance on the family and pose as a member of an international sports committee to ask Arthur for a copy of his and Elisa's passports, claiming it was a travel preparedness check related to COVID-19, which, by the way, the Chinese gave us.
Exactly.
When Arthur refused, Zaburis threatened to delay or deny them international travel. Elisa visited the family's ancestral homeland for the first time while at the Olympics in Peking, but she was given security assurances and escorted by at least 2 people at all times to make sure she was not kidnapped.
Yeah.
At one point, she said she was followed home by a strange man who said, "I want you to come back to my apartment with me." Arthur Liu also found out that Red China was aware of an Instagram message about human rights violations against the Uyghurs, the ethnic minority in China, that his daughter once posted, and they knew about that too.
The Uyghurs are the ones who've been in concentration camps, wearing uniforms.
They're Muslim. They're Muslim too. Where's the outcry from the Muslim world of what's going on
Hundreds
there?
of thousands, if not millions of them in China.
Yeah, slave labor.
Slaves, literally slaves.
And probably body harvesting too.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, ladies and gentlemen, they're slaves. They wear little black uniforms. I mean, they're like the Viet Cong, and there are millions of them, and they're slaves. They have to they have to bow and sit in like little formations and stuff. I mean, they're literally slaves. Red China.
Evidence now in front of the court. Are boneless wings actually chicken wings? That's what a gentleman in Chicago wanted to know. Amen Halim ordered wings at a Buffalo Wild Wings thinking he'd get boned, but was disappointed to get boneless instead. He said, "These are chicken poppers." So he did what everyone else in America does. He feels a lack of justice. He sued, saying he was misled. But yesterday, a district judge named John Tharp ruled that boneless is indeed a chicken wing with the same rights and privileges as bone-in wing has. Judge Tharp even managed to work in a joke about his ruling, saying, despite his best efforts, Halim did not drum up enough factual allegations to state a claim.
All right. Now I have a question. I don't like wings. I don't like, the little wing of the. If you buy a chicken at the store, you go to Publix and buy the whole chicken thing. I don't eat the wings. I eat the meat. I take the meat off them, but I don't eat the wings. But I love the little drumsticks. Now, what do you? But if you go into a wing place and you order wings, you have to specify that you want drumsticks instead of the wings, I guess. Do they even do that? I don't even know what to tell you. I mean,
they're both good. Yeah. They're both excellent. Well, so I put to you, are boneless wings the same as bone-in chicken wings?
By definition, no, but the meat's the issue. I don't care if it has a bone in it. I just want the meat of it. That's why the wings are too hard to eat.
You get more with the boneless, but to me, it tastes better when it's bone in.
Well, again, it's just too much work. It's like, crawfish. It's just too much, sometimes too much work.
Okay, then.
Sorry.
The ladies of the WNBA are arguing with their league over collective bargaining agreement. One of the points of contention has been team-funded housing. Players have maintained What are you 16 and still looking for your parents to take care? Are you still on the WNBA's phone coverage? Are you on the phone plan, Verizon with them? Players have maintained housing is an essential benefit. They're asking for team-provided housing to be available for all players in the first years of a deal. They're open, though, to this is very wide of them. They're open to phasing out that requirement for the highest-paid players on multi-year guaranteed $1 million contracts that the league doesn't have to find them a place to live.
Oh, man.
They're so coddled. The players are wearing shirts that read, "Pay us what you owe us." Ladies, please, you lost $50 million last year. The men of the NBA subsidize you.
Yeah.
You wouldn't exist without the NBA. It's a joke.
Yeah.
That's just my
or
opinion.
China.
Welcome yours.
Yeah.
1922, Kennesaw Mountain Landis resigned his federal judgeship, became Major League's commissioner. 1944, 15-year-old Joe Nuxoff signed a contract with the Redlegs one day after playing in a high school basketball game. 1960, Walter O'Malley, L.A. Dodger owner, purchases Chavez Ravine for $494,000. They then used bulldozers and police to clear out a community of poor Latinos, which they don't talk about much in La La
No, they
Land
don't mention the azure skies of Chavez Ravine.
No,
they don't talk about that.
1962, Daytona 500, race winner Fireball Roberts dominated the event. 1967, softball pitcher Eddie Feiner strikes out 6 straight major leaguers. I played against his team back in the 90s. He did not pitch. I think he was in a wheelchair. I got to meet him. Fine gentleman, and it was fun watching them play.
No
it really
kidding.
was.
Cool.
1973, Daytona 500, Richard Petty wins his 4th grade American race by 2 laps over Bobby Isaac. 79, Richard Petty wins after race leaders Kel Yarborough and Donnie Allison collide on the final lap. The first 500-mile race broadcast from start to finish. And 1990, Daytona 500, Derek Coate wins after Dale Earnhardt shreds the right rear tire on the last lap. 96, Daytona 500, Dale Jarrett wins his 2nd race. 2001, Michael Rawtrit wins the tragic race. The last lap crash claims the life of Dale Earnhardt. And, of course, the safety measures come on after that. Birthdays in 1895, George the Gipper Gipp, Notre Dame player, died. Made famous in the movie The Newt Rockne Story. Get played by Ronald Reagan.
Yes, sir.
Let's see, who else we got? Manny Mota was born in 1938. Pinch hitter extraordinaire for the Dodgers. Dominican. I got his baseball card. You got Bruce Keeson born on this day in 1950. Sidewinding pitcher known as the Whip. Won World Series with the Pirates in 71 and 79.
I remember Keeson had that when they were wearing those funny hats back then. That was those years.
That's right. And on this day, we lost Gentleman Jim Corbett in 1933. Boxer, world heavyweight champion in the 1800s. Died of liver cancer at 66. We lost Harry Carey on this day in 98. Broadcaster died of heart attack complications at 83. Of course, we lost Earnhardt. And we also lost Braves legend Eddie Matthews in 2001. Hall of Fame third baseman, 512 career homers, 12-time All-Star. World Series winners in 57 and 68. Of course, let's say 68. He won in 60. Who was he playing for in 68? The Cardinals? No, that's the Tigers. I guess he was playing for the Tigers.
No kidding.
In 68, who beat the Cardinals.
I don't remember.
I didn't know he was playing for the Tigers at that point.
I was otherwise.
Was manager of the Atlanta Braves in the 70s. Died of pneumonia. He was 69 years old. Ty Cobb said he was one of the 3 players he ever saw with the perfect swing.
Eddie Matthews? Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. Pete Davis, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 5:32, hump day. Beautiful day in the neighborhood, and off we go, see what's going on. We got Flounder's Funnies coming up here, and back to the news, and dirty laundry airing out all over the place here. And
I'm going to go start a pot pie.
I like it. Look out.
Need more than just headlines on your ride to work? It's the Morning Extra, live from 6 to 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, only on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Well, it's time to get those windows replaced and fixed up. And again, not only because the heat's coming eventually, and you don't want the cool air and air conditioning to escape through those cracks and stuff. Well, Peach State Windows has a deal you've been waiting for. And again, the national big firms who just, hire stringers or something can't touch this kind of stuff. I've known Jeff and, lovely ugly bride, and what she calls him her goofy husband, decades ago, literally. And he's been doing this in the business for like 50 years. And he's got a family-owned business. I mean, they are here to serve you. And he has more contract support people all over the country than anybody. Jeff, Peach State Windows. Here's the deal. 8 premium double-hung Energy Star replacement windows. These are big-time Charlie. Fully installed for $39.95. 8 windows installed under $4,000. And no reason to put it off, because how about 0% financing for 12 months? Here's a number, 770-485-8011. Making the uglies go away. PeachStateWindows.com.
The wait is over. The Atlanta Braves 2026 gate giveaways are here, and this season is loaded with must-have items. Fans can expect incredible giveaway series, including the legendary Alumni Collection, featuring some of your favorite Braves greats, and the crossover jersey collection, bringing Braves style to basketball, football, hockey, and soccer jerseys. And that's not all. The giveaways keep coming with some brand new favorites, like the Bobble Card Series, part bobblehead, part baseball card, plus a Hawaiian shirt, a cowboy hat, and so much more. And you know we can't forget about the kids. Every Sunday home game features a Kids Gate giveaway with special items like sunglasses, just like the players wear, mini Michael Harris II and Drake Baldwin bobbleheads, and the crossover sports jerseys come in kids sizes too. Check out the full giveaway schedule and grab your tickets now at Braves.com/promos. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
Hello.
Hey, is this Mike Fitzgerald?
No, I think you have the wrong number. Wish I could help you.
Well, you could if you were Mike Fitzgerald.
Who is Mike Fitzgerald?
Mike Fitzgerald is the only realtor I'll talk to because he can sell my house fast for a great price and even in this market.
Yeah, I'm definitely not Mike Fitzgerald.
Oh, I figured that out. Because Mike Fitzgerald would have sold my house already.
Need to sell your home? You need Mike Fitzgerald from the Harry Norman Realtors team, exclusive Georgia members of Forbes Global Properties. Learn more at MikeFitzgeraldRealty.com. That's where you'll find Mike Fitzgerald.
Is your entire home winter ready? Every entry point? Cold air is invading your home through your windows, entry doors, and your biggest entry point, your garage door. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. Keep that cold air out of your home and save on your heating bills with energy-efficient windows, entry doors, and garage doors from All Four Seasons. We're proud to be celebrating a quarter-century of quality work and customer care. All the number 4 seasonsgarages.com.
Did you know that there are over 34,000 lawyers in the state of Georgia? Yet despite that huge number, Bruce Hagen was recently named by his peers as one of the top 100 lawyers in the state. Do you know who is not among the top 100 lawyers in the state? Some clown standing on top of an 18-wheeler. Those kind of lawyers may make flashy ads, but they're just marketers, not real lawyers. If you've been injured in a car wreck, you need Bruce Hagen, a real lawyer who tries cases and wins. Call Bruce Hagen. He's the real deal for your injury case. Hagen-law.com.
Hi, it's Los, here with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, you are changing the way people are buying their next pre-owned car or truck. How are you doing it?
You know, Los, we found a better way for customers to buy a car. An honest way, a very transparent way. You pay what we pay plus our honest fee.
How do you prove that?
We even prove it to you by giving you a copy of the bill of sale at the end of the deal.
How much can people save when they buy their next vehicle with the honest car guy?
I've saved people upwards of $20,000 and $30,000. I mean, it really depends on the year, the make, the model of the car, and the price of the car. You know, on a $15,000 car, I can't save you $20,000. We can probably save you $2,000 or $3,000, but it's through the course of the whole sale. The big one here that people don't realize, the financing. You go into the dealership, they tell you your rate's 9%, or really it's probably 7% because they're allowed to make 2 points on there. The honest car guy, you'll save an average of $5,000 to $10,000 depending on the price of the car.
Folks, if you want to save thousands on your next pre-owned car or truck, try the honest car guy. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or honestcarguy.com.
Hey Atlanta, it's Drake Baldwin here. When I won Rookie of the Year, I thought of everyone who helped me along the way. My friends, my family, and hot showers. That's why when something goes wrong, I call Superior Plumbing. Still locally owned, Superior has been serving Atlanta for over 40 years as the go-to plumber for leak repairs, toilet replacement, and water heater installation. They don't call them the honest one for no reason. Superior's team is my MVP. Remember, there's no job too small.
770-422
Uh-huh. The Kinks. This was the Kinks' #1 in Britain with this song in 1965. Tired of Waiting for You. You just heard the same line over and over, and here's a pretty good reason why. Here's the story. The Kinks were at #1, their second British #1, and according to Ray Davies, the music for Tired of Waiting for You, the music was written on the train to the recording studio, and the words to the song, which are repeated over and over, were written at a coffee shop during a break in the session. so, well, whatever, it worked. It was a huge song, but it's got, not particularly elaborate. She don't keep me waiting. She don't keep it. It's the same thing over and over and over. In fact, Fleetwood Mac did that a lot. There are a lot of songs Fleetwood Mac sang where they repeat one line 2 or 3 different times. There's several of them I noticed because I play them all on my music, so Magic Music, thanks to Flounder. Let's see. Come repeat, Flounder. How's it going? Birthday list includes that naughty little Molly Ringwald, or used to be anyway, 58 years old today. 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink, Breakfast Club. She was in TV shows Different Strokes and Facts of Life. And I remember, I don't know why I saw the movie The Pickup Artist, but I remember a scene with Robert Downey Jr. when they were in a car making out, and it got real kind of kinky and gross, and I was really sort of not offended, but I was shocked. It was kind of it was crude. Yeah, it was too crude.
No, I said prude.
Oh, I'm a prude, no question about that. But she was 19 years old when she filmed it. I even grokked it. I grokked to see how old she was when she did the movie where she was she was 19, so she was an adult, or of age anyway. And Molly Ringwald, 58 years old today. And let's see, on this day in history, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences announces the winners of the first Academy Awards on this day in 1929. No suspense or glamour or endless press coverage surrounding the Oscars. The first recipients' names were printed on the back page of the Academy's newsletter. A few days later, Variety published the information on page 7. And although they were announced on this day in February in 29, they didn't have the ceremony until May. The first awards went to movies produced from 1927 to 1928. The ceremony, 275 people attended. They had to buy a $5 ticket. They got, they received gold statuettes. The first president, film actor Douglas Fairbanks, handed out the statuettes to the winners, including Janet Gaynor. Ironically, she was awarded for a Best Actress in 3 different movies. The Best Actor won both Best Director awards. They would link them up. It wasn't until years later, like 1940, where they started publishing results in the evening edition of the paper, and a system of sealed envelopes remains in use today. They weren't nicknamed the Oscars until 1931, when a secretary at the Academy noted the statue's resemblance to her Uncle Oscar, and a reporter printed her remark. And from then on, the statues were called Oscars. Anyway, Cameron, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 541, 404-741-1230. A quick update on the tranny dad rampage. One of his daughters from a previous relationship says, I want to make sure people understand this was one person's vendetta against the family. This girl, Amanda, said, we were targeted. This was very specific. This was not random. He just didn't go crazy nuts all of a sudden. She's his daughter from another relationship. She said, until that good Samaritan incapacitated him, I feared my sons and I were next. I can't thank him enough. I'm certain my sons and I are alive because of him. The bystander was Michael Black. He heard 2 noises, said it was balloons popping. Then he heard another one, said, oh, my God, it's gunfire. He said, I just grabbed. I went for the gun. I got my hand caught. His left hand was stuck in the chamber of the weapon between the chamber and the trigger, which meant the shooter couldn't fire it again. And so what happened, the guy hurt his hand. He was in band, had to go to the hospital. He's in bandages and stuff. But unfortunately, the tranny murderer had another gun, and that's where he killed himself with. And, anyway, so the other daughter said this was not a random thing. He was targeting to wipe out the freaking family. And they're still...
it's like evil. Is it mentally ill or is it demonic? What is it?
And again, I haven't heard, I haven't seen anything written. I don't have any information on whether trannies just tend to try to do something medically. I don't know whether medicine's an issue or taking drugs is an issue, or it's just the psychological not being able to deal with it. Do most trannies see a doctor? Do most trannies have someone tell them you need to see some? I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know how you, in this day and age, can see someone that's obviously a tranny and get anywhere near them.
Well, and fine. It used to be. I used to be able to say things like, "Listen, you can be anything you want. Just do your thing. It's keep it to yourself or do your thing, but don't expect people to try to be. But we don't care about you. Honestly, if you're a tranny and you're a guy with a beard wearing a dress, I'm going to think funny things about you. I'm not going to want to have you in my house meeting my children to have dinner and say how's it going? Well, you're new to the neighborhood. But that doesn't mean I don't like you or hate you. I just don't. I don't care. You're not a part of my life. I'm not against you. I'm not attacking you. I'm not trying to do anything to you. You don't have any reason to lash out. It's the freaking Democrats who are saying that you're a victim, who are telling you that you need to reach out against people like us who have nothing to do with you. We don't care. I feel sorry for you. Live your life. Have a ball. Get married to anybody. I mean, I don't care. It's not a thing. But it's a freaking Democrats politically are trying to make you angry and upset enough to kill people. I mean, we can't. We're not changing. We can't change. We can't do anything different about that. All right. It's almost 5:45 here with the Kim, Repeat, and Flounder. And once again, Barack Hussein Putitat's presidential center in Chicago is being mocked again. This thing is going to cost almost $1 billion. And they printed words, the architect printed words around the building, Obama's presidential center in Chicago, which looks like a mausoleum or a crematorium. And the words added to the monolith are from a speech he gave about civil rights in Selma, Alabama, marching, historic marches, stuff like that. The problem is the architect's critics in Chicago say the text is laid out wrapping around the building, and one guy, the architectural critic in Chicago, says the new letters and excerpt from his speech are tough enough to read, giving off weird vibes. He said the words are cut off. The T's, L's, and I's are indistinguishable. It looks like a trash can. The E's are distinguishable from the F's, and multiple words get disjointed. One of the most headache-inducing reading experiences I've ever had, trying to walk around figuring out the words say. Somehow managed to make the Obama Presidential Library even uglier. Here's what some of the people saying these words say. We've been trying to reach you about your car warranty. On one side of the building, if you like your plan, you can keep your plan. If you like your doctor, it looks like a Death Star, a concrete tomb. It was meant to evoke unity, not Darth Vader. It was meant to, actually, the shape of the building was meant to mimic 4 hands coming together to show the importance of our collective action.
Look at the Kabbalah. Look at that thing in Mecca that they circle.
Yeah.
Look at that thing in the middle there, and then look at his library. It's like a taller version.
Monolith. Yeah, that's right. Look at it. I mean, it's scary.
I know. It's
really,
ugly
it's
as
scary.
Hell. It's like a bad air fryer,
Only bad things happen in a building like that. Seriously, it looks like they burn bodies and stuff. I mean, it's
a place that they put people like detention centers
to hide them away.
They disappear.
Yeah. The black holes of the CIA for prisoners and stuff. I mean, that's really God. At 5:46, I don't even think about it. Jeez. Don't go away. Hold on, we got more. Oh, sorry.
Support the advertisers and partners that share your values. Give our extra advertisers the first shot to earn your business. They will deliver for you every time and support the extra community like no one else. Connect with all of our partners online at extra1063.com.
Shopping the new 2026 Toyota Tacoma? Well, get the truck you want and get it with protection most dealerships will not and do not include. At Marietta Toyota, every new Toyota comes with our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, valid for unlimited time and unlimited mileage for as long as you own your Toyota. And you can buy with confidence. Marietta Toyota is a BBB A+ rated business, and we're rated 4.6 stars on Google with over 11,000 reviews. Right now, we've got Tacomas in stock and more arriving daily, so you can shop selection instead of settling, while the best setups are available. Special APR is available on the new 2026 Tacoma, 4.99% APR for 72 months for well-qualified buyers. Visit us on Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota since 1975. We've been here and will be here for you.
4.99% APR for 72 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers will qualify. Offer ends 3/2/26. Lifetime powertrain warranty included with every new Toyota purchase. See dealer for details.
Hey Atlanta, it's Mark from Atlanta Safe House. It's 2026 and it's going to be a great year. So let's start the year off with a quiz. So what's the difference in a criminal and a socialist Democrat? Well, a criminal wants to steal your stuff, but a socialist Democrat wants to steal your freedom. So let's talk about safes. The Atlanta Safe House has the largest selection of safes in the Southeast. Brands like Browning, Champion, and Fort Knox. With over 500 safes in stock, we are the place to buy a safe. So come by the showroom or go to atlantasafehouse.com.
You need to get geared up for spring during Howard Brothers' annual Gear Up Day, happening on Wednesday, March 4th. It's their biggest sale of the year and the perfect time to get everything you need to get those lawn projects started. Parts, blades, steel, Echo, Exmark, all the equipment and all the tools found at your one-stop shop. Visit any Howard Brothers on March 4th and gear up.
Hi, I'm Chris Lalamia, owner of the Trusted Toolbox. Are home repairs piling up? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Relax. We've got you covered. From drywall dings and leaky faucets to deck repairs and trim replacement, we're your one-stop shop for everything for your home needs. No more juggling multiple contractors. Just call us at the Trusted Toolbox and we'll handle it. Your home deserves the best, and we don't want you breaking your back trying. Call the Trusted Toolbox today at 770-623-3097 or visit us at thetrustedtoolbox.com. The Trusted Toolbox, your one-stop shop for home repairs and more.
Big moments deserve big-time craftsmanship. At Solomon Brothers Jewelers, we've been family-owned and operated since 1982 because we know what it means to show up when it counts. Jaron Solomon here, and that's why we're proud to be an official Tacori jeweler. Each Tacori ring is handcrafted in California, going through 20 elite artisans before it hits your hands. Not mass-produced, not generic, always personal. And with Solomon Brothers, you get lifetime cleanings, unbeatable financing, and the largest Tacori selection in Georgia. Stop by a store in Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Sharpsburg. Visit SolomonBrothers.com to book your private appointment. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, where love is in the details and legends are built to last. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs and official jeweler of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
Retirement should feel exciting, not stressful. But if you're close to retirement or already there, have you ever stopped to ask, do I really understand the risks to my plan? Hi, I'm David Nicholas, president of Nicholas Wealth Management. Things like market swings, higher taxes, inflation, healthcare costs, even living longer than expected can slowly chip away at your savings if you're not prepared. And even solid plans can have blind spots. That's why we offer a retirement risk analysis. It looks at how your investments, income, and taxes could hold up in real-life situations, not just on paper. It helps answer the big questions. What happens if the market drops? And will your money last as long as you do? If you're within 10 years of retirement or already retired, give us a call, 678-990-8500, or visit nicholaswealth.com to schedule a complimentary retirement risk analysis. Nicholas Wealth Management, helping you retire with clarity, confidence, and control.
Nicholas Wealth Management is an independent financial services firm. This is for informational purposes only and is not specific investment advice.
Here we go now. Phone call coming up. First, I got a story with Ray Charles and the history behind this song and why it kept repeating a while. What I Say. Ray Charles, famous for the infectious call and response moans, was laid down on tape on this day in 1959, Atlantic Records in New York City. The phone call that Ray Charles made to Atlantic Records went something like this. He said, I'm playing a song out here on the road, and I don't know what it is. It's just a song I made up, but the people are just going wild every time we play it, and I think we ought to record it. The song Ray Charles was referring to was What I Say. Went on to become one of the greatest rhythm and blues records ever made. Ironically, it had been composed spontaneously out of sheer showbiz necessity. The necessity that drove Ray Charles to invent What I Say was simple. Needed to fill time. 10 or 12 minutes before the end of a contractually required 4-hour performance at a dance in Pittsburgh one night, Ray Charles and his band ran completely out of songs. He said, so I began noodling. Just a little riff that floated into my head. He explained many years later, one thing led to another, and I found myself singing and wanting the girls to repeat after me. Then I could feel the whole room bouncing and shaking and carrying on something fierce. What was it about What I Say that so captivated the audience in Pittsburgh at the dance that night and the rest of humanity ever since? Charles thought it was the sound of his Wurlitzer electric piano, a very unfamiliar instrument at the time. Others said it was the call and response in the song's bridge, all uhs and ohs and other songs you didn't usually find on the average pop record of 1959. It worked. Charles's closing number from that night in Pittsburgh at his final show, he said, you start them off, you get them first tapping their feet. Next thing, they got their hands going. The next thing, they got their mouths open. They're yelling, they're singing, they're screaming. It's a great feeling when you got your audience involved with you. Ray Charles. And he also, because of the kind of the soul and sexual stuff, and it was pretty cool. Founder, we still have a phone call, do we?
Real quick, though. I just got a message from a lady named Heather.
Yeah.
And she says, hi, Kimmer and Pete. Just heard your conversation about chicken wings and boneless chicken wings. I work in the poultry industry here in North Georgia and wanted to clear up the boneless wing question.
Aha.
It's not really boneless wing meat. They are made with boneless, skinless chicken breast chunks and are basically a nugget and not a wing.
Aha. Like the guy said. Well, lawsuit.
He was right.
Thank you, Heather.
Judge was wrong.
Thank you, Heather. What a sweet thing to do. And now, do we still have?
We have Gary first, and then Ghost Hunter Joel.
Gary and Gary on the radio, man. How's Zoa? What's up?
Hey, real quick, Pete, were you talking about Eddie Feiner, the king in his court?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Eddie. I used to watch them. Absolutely. What a great softball team those guys were. All big and burly, too, hitting the crap out of home runs. Yeah, cool.
Absolutely incredible. He'd from second base would get on his knees and end up striking out, whatever team they were playing. So.
Oh, that's right. I'll give them that. Was, that's a shame. That was really fun. They were on all the time too, like on Saturday Sports Day or something or other. We used to watch them a lot. Hey, cool, awesome. Man. Thanks, Gary. I appreciate it. And Ghost Hunter Joel, I think you said, Flounder. Yes, sir. Ghost Hunter Joel, how you doing?
Hey there, y'all talking about that Eddie's and King Eddie and his court, whatever.
Yeah.
There also used to be a softball team, Steele's softball team. They used to travel the country and play minor league baseball fields.
Really?
Put on exhibitions, yeah. But going back to yesterday's show, Cameron, you mentioned the story about how you were, after your interview in New Orleans, you were walking around town and you saw the two cops wailing on the homeless guy.
Beating the crap out of a homeless guy.
Well, I listened to the podcast, and then this past 2.5 years, I've heard that story at least 7 times.
Well, you have not. You're a liar. You're a dirty liar.
Thank you. And boneless wing, the boneless wings are nuggets. I got to have the bone-in wings.
Yeah, okay. All right, there you go. All right, thanks, Ghost Hunter Joel. The Kimmer's been outed. There's no way I told that story 7 times in the last 2 months. Please, you're killing me. I'll give you $5 million if you can prove that with a digital AI thing or something. Of course, I don't have $5 million. Or I don't. $5 be good. 500 be good.
Pond would be good for you.
For your pool or pond. By the way, just in news lately, somebody on the internet was searching Nancy Guthrie's address and her daughter's salary.
Yeah.
Right before she disappeared. Description of individuals. They're still trying to find clues and DNA stuff, and nothing's hitting. At least not that they're telling us. But
if you want to commit a crime nowadays and research it, you better go 4 states away to a public library that doesn't have cameras.
They can't link you,
to look it up.
And follow your trail of the electronic digit things.
Yeah.
And now they got helicopters that can detect little things from a real low altitude about beeps of your heart monitor, even if it's dead or something. Or thing. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. This is really a bizarre. In fact, I hate having them do it all day long, but I can't wait. I'll go home tonight and I can't wait to see at 7 o'clock on the news what the latest is on the kidnapping. I'll watch it for 5 minutes and then I'll go about my business. But this has really. Got my attention. This whole thing is scary and freaky, weird. I don't like it. Anyway, Kevin Payne Flounder. Hi, I'm Hump Day. One more Flounder's funny, Mr. Flounder. What do you think? A little fun here. One more.
All right, here we go. And
boomy.
I think I have a problem with that silver medal. I think if I was an Olympic athlete, I would rather come in last than win the silver. And they don't lose by much. These short races. 300ths of a second, 200ths of a second. I don't know how they live with that the rest of their lives, because you got to tell the story. Everyone wants to hear the story. Wow, congratulations, silver medal. Did you trip? Did you not hear the gun go off? Tell us what happened. It's 100th of a second. People say, what was the difference in the margin there? What was it? Well, it was like from now to now to now to now to now. That was it. I trained, I worked out, I exercised my entire life. I never had a date, I never had a drink, I never had a beer. I was doing push-ups since I was a fetus. I flew halfway around the world. Everybody I knew in my whole life was there. The guy shot out the gun. And they always had that photo finish. The photo finish was always silver, gold. This is the whole race. Gold, silver, bronze, dead last.
That's a funny bit.
Greatest guy in the world. Never heard of him.
Who's that, Flounder?
That's Mr. Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, God, I didn't recognize him on that bit. Well, I'm losing it. All right, hold on. Fine, time to go. Kevin Payne Flounder. God bless America. Christine, send me home, baby. I got to go. You're killing me. And Nitsy, Bitsy. Well, look out, Herb. Stay.
The Kimmer Show is live on your ride home on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta on Dickey Broadcasting Station, Extra 1063.
A ski trip ends in tragedy. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. 8 skiers are dead and 1 remains missing after an avalanche in California's Sierra Nevada mountains.
The group of 15 skiers, 4 guides, and 11 of their clients finishing up a 3-day winter camping trip in Castle Peak. An avalanche warning was in effect at the time with heavy snow and gale force winds. It took hours for some 50 rescuers to get to a group of 6 that managed to survive the avalanche that was described as the length of a football field. They dug their way out and were able to send text messages with their emergency beacons and call for help. Those who survived ranged in age from 30 to 55. 2 were not able to walk out, but they are expected to be okay.
Fox's Claudia Cowan in Sausalito. The skiers were on the last day of the backcountry trip. The area near Donner's Summit was closed for nearly a century before it was reopened in 2020. The Pima County Sheriff says they continue to sift through evidence in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie after DNA collected on a glove found near the scene did not match any profile in the FBI database.
The Sheriff's Department writing, investigators are currently looking into additional investigative genetic genealogy options for DNA evidence to check for matches. CODIS is one option of many databases that are available.
Fox's Matt Finn in Tucson. The Department of Homeland Security remains shut down as members of Congress are in recess. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt criticized the plan from Democrats to end the stalemate.
Last night, they sent over a counter proposal that, frankly, was very unserious, and we hope they get serious very soon because Americans are going to be impacted by this.
The shutdown does not affect ICE or Customs and Border Protection. They are paid with funding from the passage of last year's Big Beautiful Bill. It does affect the departments like FEMA and the TSA. America's listening to Fox News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information.